What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are well. What's good? What's good, people? You well? What's good? What's good? What's good, Adam? What's good? How's it going, guys? How's it going? What's up to everybody in the house? I hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are staying safe wherever you are. So, guys, big news. Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant, a deal reached for November fight. It's great, great news that we're finally going to get this big fight. We're finally going to get Canelo Alvarez, Caleb Plant. What's going on, Danny? I hope you're well, Danny. I hope you're good. Caleb Plant, Canelo Alvarez is a done deal. What do you make? What do you make of the news? What did you make of it? What do you make of the news that Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant is a done deal? The fight is on. The fight is happening. What have you guys made of it? What have you guys made of it? It's a done deal. It's happening. It is happening. Canelo will KO Plant, according to Danny. Yeah, it's a good fight, man. It's a good fight. Danny, I'm just happy that the fight's happening. At the minute, who cares about what's going to happen? I'm just happy. I know you are as well. I'm just happy that the fight's happening, man. You know what? This is a long time coming. I've been wanting to see this fight. It's an undisputed fight. It's a legacy fight. It's a fight where Canelo has an opportunity to cement his praise. And even Caleb Plant. Don't overlook Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is, Caleb Plant's not coming up to make the numbers. He wants to win as well. So this is brilliant. This is what we need. 3 undefeated champions plus 1 Mando in 11th month. Crazy. I agree. Brother, I agree. And where's all the haters now that saying that he was trying to avoid Caleb Plant? Where's everyone? Where's all those guys that were saying that, Caleb Plant's a tricky fight for him and Canelo will avoid this, that, and the other? Canelo's gone for it. He's taking it by. He wants to fight. Canelo wants to fight them all. Canelo wants to fight them all, man. You got to respect Canelo's hustle, man. You got to respect. Guys, if anyone wants to jump on, you're more than welcome. But yeah, but initially, I want to talk to you guys. I want to answer your guys' questions. Let me answer your questions before we have a guest. Okay, so yes, Brendan, I hope you're well. I hope you're good. Everyone, this is brilliant news. This is what we want. Get your questions in. Let's answer. Imagine undisputed king Canelo, says Danny. Yeah, he's got a good chance now. Imagine saying he avoided Plant when Canelo fought a monster in GGG. Yeah, twice. He did fight him twice. He fought him twice. Let's not forget that. Twice. GGG was a absolute. And listen, I thought Canelo lost the first fight against Golovkin, but I thought he won the second fight. But the fact that Golovkin's a beast. Golovkin, there's no shame in losing to Golovkin. Even if, I know on paper he got a draw, but there's no shame. Golovkin is a monster. So, Ramiro Flores, how are you, brother? Does Plant have any chance to dethrone Canelo? It's a slim one. It's a slim one, but there's always a chance. It's boxing, Danny. You've got gloves on. You're human beings in there. You get hit in the right place. Who knows what can happen at the end of the day? We have seen Canelo beat before, but that was a young Canelo. That was against Floyd Mayweather, who's probably arguably the greatest fighter ever. So it's very slim, man. Very, very, very slim. I give every boxer a slim chance because Buster Douglas was a bigger underdog against Mike Tyson than Caleb Plant is against Canelo, but Buster Douglas won the fight. So salute to Ramiro. Eric Lorenzo says, let's hope no one gets COVID or gets injured. Yeah, let's hope. Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. We've had a lot recently. Errol Spence situation. That was heartbreaking to say the least. No chance, says Brendan's giving him no chance. He says absolutely no chance. Guys, smash the like button, please. Everyone in the live stream, if you can smash the like button, let's get those likes up. Smash the like button, guys. I'd appreciate it. Smash those like buttons. Kamek Ozzy says, I'm having a celebratory drink. Cheers. Canelo is bringing us the fights. He definitely is bringing us the fights. I think we need to. I think Canelo, as I said, December Callum Smith, February Yildirim, May Billy Joe, Caleb Plant in November. That's 3 undefeated world champions in less than a year. Who's doing it like that in boxing? Shout out to Space Predator. I hope you're well. Smash the like button, guys. Get those, smash those like buttons. I'd appreciate it. Smash the like buttons, guys. Everyone in the live stream, if you can smash the like button, it'll help the stream. Finally, some good boxing towards the end of 2021. Indeed, Adam. Indeed, we get some great boxing. I can't see anyone beating Canelo. You know what? I share your view. The only guy that probably stands any kind of shot is maybe Beterbiev, and he's up at 175. And that's the only guy that I would say is a 50-50. Apart from that, nah. Smash the like button, guys. Everyone in the live stream, if you can smash the like button, I'd appreciate it. Get those likes up, guys. Smash the like button. Okay, let's keep getting those questions in. Let's keep getting those questions in, guys. Let's get those questions in. I'm waiting for your questions. Let's get those questions in, guys. Yeah, man, Canelo. Great news, man. It's great news. Great news. Get those questions in and smash the like button, guys. I'd appreciate it. Okay, let's go through. So, Canelo, Lorenzo, Eric Lorenzo says Canelo should try to what, Eric? Danny says, what about Canelo v Benavidez? Great fight, but I don't think Benavidez stands a chance. I think he's too loose. I think Canelo will knock him out. Benavidez, nah. I think he's too loose. He's too loose for someone as good as Canelo. Defensively, not good enough. Canelo's complete fighter. Defensively sound, offensively great boxing IQ, great head movement. Yeah, I don't see him standing a chance. Who would you like to see in the Canelo Plant undercard? Well, there's a lot of talk about Edgar Berlanga. Maybe we could have him on the undercard, but I think Edgar Berlanga is with Top Rank. I think. Am I wrong? Is he with Top Rank? Is he with Top Rank? But yeah, I know. So that won't possible. Well, I'd love to see Charlo. You know, maybe actually no, because Charlo now is a main event. We need to see him fight stellar opposition. Who can we see on the undercard of that? You know, it'll be PBC fighters, guys, won't it? It's not going to be Tank. Yeah, Tank. That'd be good. That'd be good exposure for Tank. Without question. Canelo should try to unify at 175 first. Canelo should try to unify. No. He should first unify at 168 first. Clean that up and then 175. Elliot Rolonzo says Berlanga to Tank. Yeah. Good exposure for those guys. But again, are they Tanks with PBC? Berlanga, I think he's with Top Rank. Guys, is Berlanga with Top Rank? If you can confirm that. Is he with Top Rank, Berlanga? I'm pretty sure Berlanga is with... Is he with Top Rank or is he with... You know, I saw him at a DAZN show, but I don't know if he was just there. I think he's with Top Rank, Berlanga. I might be wrong. Jet says Canelo v Bellew. What's that all about? Yeah, Benavidez. That's a good shout. Guys, smash the like button. Everyone in the stream, if you can smash the like button, I'd appreciate it. If you can smash that like button. Benavidez. That would be a good shout on the undercard. Benavidez needs... All these guys need exposure. You know? All of these guys need exposure. Yeah. Canelo v... Laugh my ass off. Typo. Berlanga is Top Rank. Yeah, he is Top Rank. So I don't think that's possible. Where would you rank Prime Khan out of the current welterweights? I think he'd be in the mix. You know what I mean? I can't say he beat Spence and Crawford, but he'd be in the mix with those guys. Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Thurman. He'd be in the mix. Do you know what I mean? Like, it'd be tough. You know what I mean? Because you got Pacquiao, who's still a monster. You got Spence, who's a very... Like, remember, Khan's not a big welterweight. Those guys are bigger than him. So it's difficult, man. It's difficult. And those guys are very good as well. So, yeah, he'd be amongst them. He'd be able to give anyone a good fight and potentially beat someone. Like, might be able to beat in his prime. I think he could beat Porter, Garcia, Thurman. He could have beat. Those were good fights. But Spence and Crawford would be favored against him. And so would Pacquiao. So, yeah, I think he would be amongst those guys, to be honest with you. Canelo v Belanga. It's too early for Belanga, you know. I'm talking about Belanga being on his undercard. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking about Belanga being on his undercard. You know, so Belanga's not ready for that kind of step up yet. But within time, 100% within time, yeah, for sure. You know, but no, just not yet. Just not yet. Guys, smash the like button. Guys, there's 25 people in here. Smash the like button, guys. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up, guys. And get your questions in. Smash the like button and let's get those questions in, guys. Let's get those questions in. The more questions, the better. The better the stream, the more debate we can have, the more back and forth. Just great stuff. Get those questions in, guys. Get those questions in. Get those questions in and smash the like button. Okay, where's the question? So, yeah, so Belanga v Truax. Yeah, that's a good shout, Jet. That's a good shout. Belanga v Truax. Is Truax still fighting? He's old now, isn't he? He fought Caleb Plant recently. That's a good fight. Good fight, Truax. What about Belanga's not fought anybody yet? Belanga's been fighting lower level guys. So Truax would be a good test. Like, here's the thing, if Belanga's the truth, he should be beating guys like Truax, right? Truax is past his best. It is a step up from Nicholson. Well, anything's a step. That's what I mean. He needs to fight somebody, Belanga. He needs to fight Truax. Or who else can we say? Utsakatsi? No, but Utsakatsi's fighting Benavidez. Tell me another name. Like, there's other guys out there. Darrell, Belanga v. Darrell. Thoughts on Leonard Ellaby saying Plant beats Canelo? He's going to say that, though, ain't he? He's going to say that. You know, PBC. Caleb Plant is also trains in the Mayweather gym for majority of his career since he was young. So, of course, there's a connection there with Floyd and stuff. So, he's going to say that, right? But I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be he's not going to be betting huge money on it. You know, I certainly wouldn't be betting on Plant. Canelo's a firm favorite and rightfully so. PBC fighters in Canelo undercards. Yeah, I think there'll be PBC fighters. It depends. Canelo might have a say who goes on the undercard as well. Canelo might want some of his fighters on the undercard because, you know, he's the A side. He may have a say. Ronald Ellis says, Jet. Ronald Ellis, that's a good fight. Ronald Ellis put up a good showing against Benavidez. So that would definitely be a good shout. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all. I wouldn't mind that at all. So Jose Ruiz says, yay, Canelo Alvarez v Plant. The fight is happening, thank God. But it is what day in November is between November 8th or November 18th or the 20th. We'll have to wait and see. I think they'll finalize the date and finalize the venue. But the most important in boxing is the deal being reached. That means the contracts and that they've agreed the deal. Whereas before the deal wasn't reached, now they've reached the deal. So that's brilliant news. It's great news, and hopefully we have no pullouts or nothing. So yeah, guys, smash the like button. Everyone in the stream, if you can smash the like button, I'd appreciate it. Smash the like button, guys. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up, guys, and get your questions in. Get the like. So I rate Callum Smith for not getting KO'd by Canelo. Yeah, he kind of went. He kind of, you know, I felt like was surviving. Canelo was so good in that fight. He was so sharp, so great, and he just shot Callum Smith out. And he hurt Callum Smith. Was it right arm or left arm? You know, he completely messed up his arm. Michael Benson said they're targeting for November 6th, Las Vegas, MGM Grand. That would be great. That would be great. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Finally, we get some good news about this fight. Finally, we get some good news about this fight. Eric Lorenzo says, waiting for the date announcement to request a weekend. Waiting for date announcement to request a weekend. I think it will be announced soon. But the main thing is the deal has been reached. Plant about to be the richest loser of the year. Some harsh. You know, Canelo's a massive favorite. Don't get me wrong. But I think Plant's going to put up a better fight than what some of you think. Plant will be food for Canelo, says Pigeon Plop. Plant will be food. Maybe, maybe not. That's why we're going to watch it, right? That's why we're going to watch the fight, because it's going to be intriguing. I can't wait. Smash the like button, everybody in the stream, and let's get those, sending those questions, guys. Let's get those questions in. Let's get those questions in. Pigeon Plop says Plant will be food for Canelo. Will he? Time will tell if he will be food for Canelo. But I can't. To be honest, I can't wait. It's great. It's great that the fight's on, man. I'm just happy. You know what? Spence Pacquiao. I'm buzzing now again for Spence Ugas. Even though I was disappointed, it was like the air was being sucked out when the Pacquiao Spence fight fell through. I'm kind of buzzing that we've got Pacquiao, and this news has made it even more. I'm looking forward to that fight even more now, because we know that we're looking forward to this in November. Then we got Joshua Usyk in November also, so we got a lot to look forward to. We got Manny this month, we got Joshua next month, and then we got Canelo Alvarez the month after. So yeah, it's great stuff. Will Plant do better than Billy Joe? I think so. I think Plant's a bigger guy. I think he'll put in a better showing than Billy Joe. If he doesn't get caught with a big one, of course. If he gets caught with a big one, he could be out in 4 or 5 rounds. It just depends, you know. It depends how durable he is, because I don't think he's going to be hit. He's going to be hit by anybody like Canelo. So it just depends how durable Canelo is. Durable Plant is. Plant will get payday. I know that. Canelo voice, lol. He will get that payday, probably 10 million plus. But you know, he's in the right place at the right time. You know, is Canelo v Plant in November 8th fight, but which network are they going to fight on? Is it DAZN or PBC? They'll be fighting on Fox most likely. Pay-per-view buys will look like 1.2 million, $85 in the US. The UK will be like $25. I'm not sure that they'll be on UK pay-per-view, but it certainly won't be $25, because I don't think anyone's going to buy it for that kind of money here in the UK. So I can't see it. I can't see it being on pay-per-view, to be honest with you. I can't see it. That's just my thing. Guys, smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. Smash the like button, everyone. That's in the stream. Eubank wants Billy Joe now. Billy Joe gone missing. Eubank aims for cheek that was smashed in 4 places. It's over early. Billy will duck forever. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight, to be honest with you. I think it's a good fight. I think Eubank v Billy Joe is a very, very good fight. Billy Joe's gone missing. Well, he's had a broken orbital bone, so I don't think he's gone missing. I think it's just a case that, you know, once it heals up, I think he might come back and he may fight Eubank. That's a big fight here in the UK. Eubank v Billy Joe is a big fight. I think it could sell out. It definitely sells out an arena. Who knows? It could sell out a small stadium as well. So it's definitely a big fight. It's definitely a fight that makes sense for both guys at this point. Pigeon Plop. I would like to see the fight. If I'm totally honest with you, I want to see the fight. So yeah, let's see if the fight gets made. Let's see if it happens. I'm interested. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm definitely interested in the fight. I'm definitely interested in them hopefully making it. Get your questions in, guys. Get your questions in. Get your questions in. Get everyone in the stream. If you can get your questions in, the more questions are better. And smash the like button as well. If you haven't already smashed it, smash the like button, guys. I'd appreciate it if you can get those likes up. Smash the like button, guys. I really appreciate it if you can smash the like button. Okay, so who's in the house? Who's in the house? Get the questions in, guys. Let's get those questions in. Get those questions in. But yeah, man, I can't wait for November. I think it's going to be great. I think we're going to be entertained. Beterbiev v Makabu. Who wins? Beterbiev. I think Beterbiev could go up to cruiserweight. Beterbiev's definitely a big light heavyweight. So he can definitely make cruiser, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I definitely think he can make cruiser without question. But it's a great. I like to see the fight. I like to see the fight, to be honest with you. I definitely like to see that fight. I think Beterbiev can go and win a title at cruiserweight. But I think Beterbiev should first clean up at 175. He'll be leaving unfinished business if he doesn't clean up at 175 before going up to cruiserweight, if I'm totally honest with you. And that's just my honest opinion. I think he needs to move up to. I think he needs to move up to. He needs to. He could. You know, I think he needs to stay at 175, clean up there, and then possibly move up to cruiserweight and fight there, because Beterbiev's huge. Beterbiev's huge. If Canelo Alvarez, he will get is payday, not Plant. If Canelo Alvarez, if he becomes undisputed 168 by November, down might come down to 160. He'll never come down to 160. I don't think he'll ever come down to 160, if I'm honest with you. I think he's too. I think he's too big now. I think he's outgrown that weight, and he'll be drained if he comes back down to 160. So I can't see it. I can't see it. He needs to get the WBO from Smith Jr. Who needs to get what? The Beterbiev? Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think Beterbiev needs to fight Smith Jr. Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. That'd be a good fight. Definitely be a good fight. I'd like to see that. Beterbiev v Smith, but I think he beats Smith quite comfortably. Bivol outboxed Smith. So yeah, I think that fight. I think Beterbiev would beat Smith quite comfortably. But again, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see Beterbiev unify the belts. I'd definitely like to see him unify the belts. But yeah, guys, everyone in the stream, smash the like button. I'd appreciate if you all smash the like button. Let's get those likes up, guys. And let's get the questions in. Let's get the questions in, guys. Let's get the questions in. Let's get those questions in. Let's get those questions in, guys. Let's get those questions in. Let's get so says much respect and love, me. You've been 100% right on Canelo being the best pound for pound. Just scribe from Phoenix, Arizona. Appreciate it, Arceli Martinez. I appreciate it, bro. Eric Lorenzo says, think we can see Benavidez or any other Charlos in the Canelo v Plant undercard. That would be a mega undercard. Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. I'd love that. I'm pretty sure we'd all love that. To see Charlo or on the undercard or Benavidez, it gives them exposure that they need as well. Because let's be honest, their profiles aren't the biggest. They need that exposure. And I think it benefit them massively. That's just my opinion. So I think, yeah, having them on the undercard, I think it benefit the show, because I think it'll do more pay-per-view buys to have undercard like them. But then again, have they got the money to pay all of those guys as well? So I don't know. And the pay-per-view buys, are they going to do that much that, you know, it'll need to do a certain amount of pay-per-view buys for it to make sense? To be honest, it'd have to do a certain amount of pay-per-view buys for it to make sense. But guys, everyone in the stream, if you can smash the like button, smash the like. Let's get those likes up, guys. Utsakatsi. What about Utsakatsi? What about Jose Utsakatsi? Caleb. So Benavidez v Jose Utsakatsi. Is that fight fell through? Caleb Plant v Jose Utsakatsi. Has that fight fell through? Is it happening? I don't know what's going on with that fight. What's going on with that fight? Benavidez and Jose Utsakatsi. Is that fight fell through, or what? Where are we with that fight? Jose Utsakatsi and Benavidez. Everyone in the stream, if you can smash the like button, I'd appreciate it. Let's get those likes up, man. Let's get those likes up. The quicker the likes go up, the more interaction in this live stream. So I'd appreciate if you can smash the like button. But yeah, let's carry on with this. Brian Castano said that Jamal Charlo would get knocked out in 7 to 8 rounds if he fought Canelo Alvarez. I personally see I think Canelo could stop Jamal Charlo without question. Without question, I think Canelo would stop Jamal Charlo. I'd have to agree with Brian Castano there. Wasn't impressed with that performance against Montiel. So yeah, I think I'd have to agree. I'd have to agree with Castano there, that, you know, Canelo may be too much for Jamal Charlo. But let's see if those fights, guys, get the questions in, guys. Let's get those questions in. Let's get those questions in, guys. The more questions, the better this stream. Let's get those questions in. Let's get those in. Smash the like button, guys. Let's smash the like button. If you haven't smashed it, smash the like button, guys. Let's get those questions in. All right. Okay. So Makabu is easy target for Canelo, Smith, Better, and Bivol. I don't know about easy target. I think, but Makabu's a big guy, but he's not as big as some of the other cruiserweights. So I do think that Canelo could beat him potentially. Smith could beat him, and Beterbiev. I don't think Smith though. I don't think Smith. I think Beterbiev and Canelo, yes, I think they could beat him. But Makabu's a big guy. He's a big guy. He's no small guy. Makabu's massive. So that wouldn't be easy. What would be easier task for Canelo? Undisputed at 160 or 175? Well, it would have been 160, of course. Those guys at 175 are massive. So that's definitely not an easy task. But I would favor Canelo to beat everyone at 160. At 175, it's harder because obviously you got bigger guys. You got bigger guys that could be dangerous. But yeah, I still think Canelo could do it at 175 as well. But obviously the easier task would be, of course, at 160 for sure, without question. Without question. Smash the like button, guys. Let's get those likes up. Still 21 likes. Let's get those likes up to 30 likes. Let's go, guys. Everyone in the stream, if you can smash, if you haven't already done so, smash the like button. And get the questions in, guys. Let's get the questions in. The more questions, the better. Let's get those questions in. I'm waiting for those questions, man. Waiting for those questions, guys. Smash the like button as well. Smash the like button. Okay, so Arceli Martinez says, I would love to see the fight in Vegas, or it will be in Vegas. Will it be in Las Vegas? It'll be in Las Vegas, man. It'll be in Las Vegas, 100%. I think that might be already a done deal, to be honest with you. I think that might be already a done deal. I think it's going to happen in Las Vegas without for sure. For sure. I think it's definitely going to happen in Las Vegas. So yeah, I think you'll get your wish. I think you'll definitely get your wish. Smash the like button, guys. Let's get those likes up. All right, okay. So Arceli Martinez wants to fight in Las Vegas, and I think the fight is already being reported to happen in Vegas. Is Canelo known in the UK? He's known, don't get me wrong, by the hardcore boxing fans. I wouldn't say he's a superstar in the UK. Like I wouldn't say he's like a Iron Mike Tyson, or he's as big as some of the boxers in this country. Like I would say he's probably bigger than most of the boxers here. Probably not bigger than Fury, Joshua, Khan. I think those guys probably have a bigger. They're more household names in the UK. Those three. They're known by probably casuals as well. So I don't know whether Canelo would be known by casuals. So Angel says he's known in the UK. Stop hating. He is known in the UK, but he's not known like some of the big celebrities in this country. Of course, he's known. Canelo is known worldwide, but he's not as big in the UK as some of the fighters that we've got in the UK, or he's not as big as some of the footballers that we have in the UK. But of course, he's known amongst the boxing public. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so Canelo would be favorite against anybody from 168 to 175, and he might beat them all. Yeah, I'd have to agree. He may beat them all. That's why I want to see him fight them all, because I think he'll beat them all. So Canelo is not huge in the UK, 100%. See, Pigeon Plop, Angel Galagos. Canelo isn't as big in the UK as he is. Hi there says they'll keep making excuses for crushing the skulls of Myers every day. They're delusional and can't handle the truth. Brown pride. Okay, Canelo is known worldwide. Yeah, I'm not denying that, but he's not as big in the UK as he is in Mexico and the United States. Do you see where I'm coming from? He's big, but not as big. Arceli Martinez says November 20th will also be Mexican Festival Celebration Day. Yeah, so they might do it on that day then. They may look to do the fight. So EK, Canelo Alvarez is fighting Caleb Plant. What do you make of the news? How are you happy? What do you make of the fight?
Yo, what's up, man? How are you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing good. Alhamdulillah. What's it called? I'm happy, man. Canelo fights is good for boxing. Every time Pacquiao fights, it's great for
Mm,
boxing. You know, these are like top guys, like legendary
mm,
guys fighting right now. So like it revives boxing every time they step in the ring. So like obviously this is a historic fight because he'll be fighting for all the belts. So this is
mm,
important, and it's a really
mm,
good. It's good that like these fights can be made. And,
mm.
you know, like hopefully nothing happens, no hiccups. Like I
Yeah,
know
no
AD's fighting
injuries.
Usyk. There's like a lot of good fights. Yeah,
Yeah, no
coming. Pacquiao's
COVID. You know what I mean?
yeah, nothing, man. No broken nails. No like
Yeah, yeah,
fallen eyelashes. No nothing. Just get it on.
yeah. Let's hope, man. Let's hope that nothing bad happens where this fight gets, this
Postponed,
fight
yeah,
gets cancelled, man. That'd be heartbreaking.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or even postponed because like I just want like it's so hard for like I was hoping for the TFMO fight to happen that week and it gets postponed like and like it's like disappearing, and then we had there was a lot of hopes for AJ and Fury happening.
Mm,
It's like gone into thin air, and now like Pacquiao with Spence. Spence is like that fight may never happen now, and now like we have the fight this week, which was Ugas, which is a good fight, but like we don't want to see Pacquiao go out to
yeah,
Ugas. Like,
yeah.
like a farewell fight. That's like such a bullshit fight. It's like when Floyd fought Berto for his final
Mm,
official retirement fight. It was like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why are you fighting? But like,
mm,
but like every time Canelo, Pacquiao, AJ, any of these top guys fight, it's always good for boxing.
I wanna ask you a question. Gabe Torres says, you think Andre Ward would want the Canelo smoke after he becomes undisputed?
Andre Ward,
Ward,
did he even fight in that weight
yeah.
class?
Yeah. Ward, light heavyweight. Andre
No,
Ward.
but he's not fighting. He never fought at 168, right?
Oh yes, he did fight at 168. Yeah, he did.
No, Andre Ward fought at 168 or
Yeah, he
170.
did. He fought at both weights.
Oh, okay. I think he's retired. Like, there's too many,
Yeah,
like,
I
and he's
don't
not
think he
like,
can make 168 now though,
yeah,
because he's
100%.
one.
And like, is there even a demand for that fight? Like, he's not like a
Yeah.
superstar. Andre Ward,
No,
like, he's a talented Hall of Famer, but he's not like a superstar. Like, no one's like
yeah,
dying for that fight.
yeah. He's
I think
not.
people, to be honest, people might be looking to for Canelo to fight Bivol or
Better be. Yeah.
Better
Better
be more than Andre Ward right now.
be.
So like, I don't think there's a huge appeal for Andre Ward to come back.
Okay, so Pigeon Plop says Canelo fans always be owned as they follow a huge drug. Okay, biggest for decades, avoided VADA in Mexico for years. Pigeon Plop's going in on Canelo. He's not happy. Fury got an Angel Gallagher says Fury got caught too, but most boxers at some point it seems PD anyway. Okay. So what's going on with Lopez? Teofimo Lopez. I don't know what's going on with Teofimo Lopez, to be honest with you. I don't know what's going on with him. He's just disappeared. To be honest, they're talking about him and Cambosis. EK, what do you make of Teofimo Lopez?
Obviously, he was like really the talk of the town when he was coming up and he beat Lomachenko. But now, like, I think he's like he better fight someone soon because like I'm sure like Cambosis isn't like no one's like even if it's a replacement fight, you should do something just to be busy because like 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 I think people like don't have the appetite for this kind of like delays and like,
wasting time, man. He's frustrating me. You know what I mean? He's not fighting. You know what I mean? Since he's Lomachenko, he's just gone missing. It's not good, man. It's not good. You know what I mean? He's sitting. He's keeping himself on the shelf, and he's becoming inactive, man. That's not good, man. He's becoming a bit like Wolford.
Well, I don't think it's entirely his fault because it might just be negotiations on teams because they don't want to fight in Australia for whatever reason, and they don't want to. I guess they don't, and maybe I don't know what the guidelines for American athletes are when they get COVID, especially boxers, or depending on. So I don't know how many months he has to be like out before he gets back in. So So if the fight doesn't happen in Skrilla, they have to find some dates. I think you know what they're doing. They're waiting for Canelo and Plant's fight to be solidified, so they can because they don't want to fight on that day, or they don't want to be around that day.
What happens in Canelo Plant fight? Do you give Plant any chance in that one?
No, not if Canelo is healthy. No injuries coming into the fight. I think Canelo will. To be honest, I don't even know if Plant can beat Billy Joe. Like, I don't know if he can beat. He can probably beat Caleb. What is Smith? What's his first name?
Callum Smith.
Callum Smith. Yeah. So, I mean, like I'm not that impressed by Plant, to be honest. But like, obviously, he's boxing. Anything happen, but like, I'm 95% sure Canelo will like, stop him before 12.
But you know,
like,
Plant, right? You know, Plant's got a good style in the sense that he's got good feet, he's got good hand speed, right?
Yeah, but
he moves around well. He moves around well, but can he? The problem is, he seems like he gets tired, don't he?
Yeah, and you know, like the Canelo fight is not like the fights he's been fighting. Like Canelo is gonna like pressure. He's like even if Canelo takes one shot, he's still gonna be right there. You know, he's not gonna have breathing room. Like because like you know he probably just get tired just trying to move around. The pressure like tires you. You know when Habib fights the UFC, it's the pressure that sometimes tires the other fighter. Just like the mental pressure. You know, you're always thinking. You're always like Canelo's fainting. Canelo's gonna punch him in his arms. He's gonna punch him in his elbows. He's gonna punch him in the shoulder. Like Canelo's gonna do a lot of things. He's not just, you know, it's too much. I think.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, if someone told me to bet my house, it's like always Canelo. Like, there's no way. Yeah, there's no way anyone.
But do you think Plant's been overlooked a bit? Do you think he's being disrespected a little bit? Like people are writing him off or not giving him any chance. Do you think that's a bit of a danger, especially if Canelo does that?
No, I mean Canelo is like smart. He's not going to do that. But like I think the people who are doing that are basing it on because people compare Canelo's resume to the fighters they're fighting, right? And like it's like a skyscraper against like sometimes a shed, you know, like the height. His like Canelo is solidified, and Plant is like how many? I don't know how many. Maybe he has 20 fights. I don't know how many fights he has. So it's like you know how many great fighters has Plant fought? Probably like none so far. Canelo's fought like so many great fighters. So I think people base it on that, but like, but obviously Plant is a good fighter. He's earned a shot to be fighting Canelo. I'm not saying he shouldn't be in the ring with Canelo. Like he should be there, but like there's levels, and Canelo will win, in my opinion.
So Angel says Pacquiao has had trouble with counterpunches. You all think Ugas has a chance?
Actually, I was watching Ugas versus Porter the other day, and Ugas was slipping a lot of like hooks. He's like, you know, like his defense is really good, and from the clips I saw, and that's the only fight I've really seen of him. So I can't really comment too much because I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to Ugas. But like, I think from what I saw, he has good defense, and I don't know. It really depends what kind of Pacquiao shows up.
Yeah. I see he's defensively weak though, eh? Defensively gets hit a lot, Ugas.
Yeah, but the clips I saw of him fighting Porter, he was like bobbing and like he was like slipping a lot of like hooks. Like, you know, he'll go under.
Yeah.
But that was only like one portion I saw, so I don't know too much about Ugas, to be honest.
Yeah.
So too many other good fighters to watch than like.
Ismail says Caleb Plant has no chance. We all know that. What do you think? No chance? Do you think any boxer should be given no chance in a ring? You never know what could happen. You never know what could happen inside a boxing ring, right?
Yeah, because like a lot of fighters come with injuries we don't know about. You know, no one's comes sometimes. You know, there might be a lot of things in the. So you can't never say zero chance, but like if someone told me like put money on it, there's no way I'm not gonna put money on Canelo. Like I don't bet, but like if someone's like, oh, bet your house, Canelo. There's no like. I think 95% I'm sure Canelo's gonna win if he's healthy, if he has no injuries. Because a lot of times we've seen Canelo come into fights with like those tapes on his calves, his knees. You know, you don't know, and you don't know what's gonna happen in a fight because maybe Canelo could get injured in a fight. Like maybe his knees something could go wrong with his leg, or either way, like, that could happen to Plant too. There's too many variables, but I think if everything goes well, Canelo is gonna win.
Fair enough. Pigeon Plop says, I'm impartial. I say Canelo wins Plant round 10, 11 TKO. Would you agree?
Yeah, like later rounds. That's what I think. This thing's 7 or 8 for me.
7 or 8, you think? So
Yeah.
around same time as Billy Joe.
Yeah. I think
Same
it'll take.
time.
I think Canelo always will counter it with a few big shots in the whole fight, and one of them will be.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think here's a problem that Plant has. Plant is going to have the same problem that Billy Joe had, and although Plant's bigger than Billy Joe, he's taller. He's got longer arms and reach over over Billy Joe. This is a problem he's going to have, right? EK. The
Yeah.
fact is that Plant doesn't hit hard enough to gain Canelo's respect. Neither did Billy Joe, and that's the big issue here. They don't have enough power. They don't have any power to really keep Canelo off. Canelo's going to keep marching forward, and he's going to have no respect for their power. And I think that's the difference here. That's the difference. You need to have power to keep someone off.
Yeah, and I also think there's another variable sometimes people don't think about, is that like Canelo has faced so many people that he's ready for these moments, no matter who you are. Caleb Plant, his resume isn't ready like for someone like Canelo, because maybe there'll be some things that Canelo's doing that he'd be facing for the first time. That style, maybe the Canelo will come with in some certain rounds he'll have a different style, and then I think Caleb Plant isn't ready. Like you have to like maybe someone like, if there was another person with like a vast good resume who's faced different styles, even if there's more losses or anything, at least that person's gone through many different styles, and then they might be ready for that stage. I don't think Caleb Plant isn't even ready. Like maybe when he's walking into the arena, there might be 75,000 people. Like maybe that will get to him. Who knows?
Robert Harrison says Felix Cash. Felix Cash is a beast, Robert. Felix Cash is a very, very good fighter, young up-and-coming fighter. Guys, watch out for Felix Cash, middleweight, coming up in the UK. He's a very, very good fighter, very, very good fighter. I really like Felix Cash. So watch out for this guy, Felix Cash. He's coming up. He's a good fighter. And I think he's definitely going to get to the world stage very soon, good fighter. So Robert Harrison says Canelo beat one of my favorite boxers in Billy Joe. Yeah, he did. What did you make of that Billy Joe fight, EK?
Sometimes I go on social media and people like say that, oh, Billy Joe was winning until Canelo caught him. I just totally disagree. I think Canelo was closing the ground. He was like, every single round, sometimes you ask yourself, who'd you rather be in that round? For me, it was always Canelo. Obviously, Billy Joe caught him because he's a good fighter. He's gonna catch Canelo a few times. He's gonna slip a few times. But Canelo was closing the gap. He was like, landing harsh body shots. He's putting his whole weight. He was slipping. He was doing everything good. And I think Canelo was really like and he predicted he was gonna stop. Yeah, he was he was like, he predicted what round he'll knock him, like the rounds he'll knock him out. It was like a perfect fight. Like it was like that fight was like, because I was watching and there's like the crowd, the 75,000 people. It was like amazing. It was the first big fight, after COVID. It was like an event. I think that really solidified.
He was bossing it. I'd have to give him that. Canelo was dominating that fight. Dominating in the sense that Billy Joe had his moments. He won a couple rounds, but really you could always see that Canelo was on top. Like, to be honest with you, right? Even Khan won majority. I think he was winning up until he got
100%. To me, Khan did a better job.
So more than Billy Joe. He had a bit performance than Billy Joe, I would say.
100%. Yeah, I think Khan actually like dominated Canelo for like 4 rounds. Easily 4 rounds. Like easily, like it was like non-debatable. Maybe 5 was a little debatable, but like obviously 6 he was gone. But
you could tell his legs were gone, right?
Yeah, to be honest, Khan, like he got like
knocked out.
He got flattened. He got like actually like he got like destroyed. But to be honest, his performance while he was on his feet was probably the best Brit's performance.
Without question.
Better than Smith, better than his brother.
Liam,
both,
yeah.
yeah, Liam Smith, better than that, better than Billy. It was
Yeah,
amazing when you think about it. But
yeah, yeah. Especially him being smaller as well.
yeah, yeah, it's amazing. But obviously that was like as soon as I saw that poster, I was in college. When I saw
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
poster of Khan and Canelo, I was like, I yelled, "Oh no!" in class. I
yeah.
was
It
like,
was
"Oh no!"
crazy.
Yeah, I was
Crazy.
like,
I remember
why
I
didn't
was
you
in I was in uni at the time as well, and
yeah,
I saw it and I was like, what? Like I was in
yeah,
shock because it wasn't at that time. You know, there was negotiations with Khan and Kell Brook, so I
yeah,
wasn't really expecting this type of fight. You know, because it was Canelo was obviously weight classes above, but
yeah,
you know it was big at the time. It was massive to be fair,
yeah.
but
And
you know,
the whole time I was watching that fight, I felt like puking. I felt like vomiting because I knew this any moment
yeah,
Khan's gonna get
you
killed.
knew in it.
You knew it was coming. It was such a
You
weird. It's
knew
like
it was
walking.
coming. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You could
it's like
tell.
walking.
Even I didn't like. Even I like. Normally, when you watch him, right,
Yeah,
his thing. But with that fight, you could tell that you know what, this is just too much. And Canelo looked huge on the night.
yeah. He looked almost
Canelo
like
looked
190.
massive.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
looked massive.
yeah. That fight was like if you walk into a house and you know the roof is gonna fall, where you're just walking
Yeah,
through it, trying to get out. Man, I felt sick. That's the first time I actually felt nauseous watching the fight the whole time. And
yeah,
actually,
yeah.
like, and when Canelo
Left him.
connected, he was just
Yeah,
laying there. Even Canelo was praying for
yeah,
him.
yeah,
Bro, that
yeah,
was like I actually thought he was like, God forbid, I thought like something
yeah,
bad
yeah, yeah. That was bad. That was a bad
happened.
knockout. Did you see the Pacquiao Ricky Hatton one?
Yeah, that was crazy too. That was
That
clean.
was a horrible knockout, man.
Yeah, yeah,
That was worse because that was a guy that was in his weight. You know, Pacquiao was possibly smaller than Hatton. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
and whereas Canelo was obviously, we expected that with Canelo because Canelo was so much
yeah,
bigger. I don't think anyone expected Pacquiao to knock Hatton out like that. So it was
yeah.
more unexpected.
And
But
also, it was like a one punch. It
yeah,
wasn't
it was
like
one
it wasn't like a
punch.
barrage of punches. It was like a
No, no, it
clean
was one
overhand.
punch, left
Yeah,
hand. Good night.
yeah. It was like
It
a
was a
clean. You could see the shockwaves in the
yeah.
replay. It was
It
crazy.
was a huge. It was a huge left. It was a
Yeah,
huge left hand, man. That Pacquiao back then was a beast. That was beast Pacquiao. You know, that was
yeah. That was
Pacquiao.
like that was when Floyd and Pacquiao were running the show.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
when Floyd was like retired.
That was Pacquiao on a different level. You know, that was
Yeah,
different.
yeah,
Pacquiao,
100%.
you know. So
He
it
was
says
like,
checkmate says, but but that's Canelo's tactic. He makes fighters feel comfortable and then catches them with a big shot.
no, I think with Khan and Canelo, I think Khan was actually doing good because
Yeah,
his
yeah,
speed.
yeah.
But like
Mhm.
we all knew, like Khan was gonna like probably throw like six punch
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
midway. He's gonna get caught. I think,
yeah, yeah.
but no one expected like. I
That
actually
kind
thought
of
like
knockout. Yeah. They
yeah,
probably expected Khan to get stopped on his feet, you know, but that was a horrible knockout. You know, that was a brutal knockout.
yeah,
Yeah, but that's Canelo has got that power. Look at the Billy Joe fight. He
yeah,
ended the fight
one
with that
punch.
punch, uppercut,
Yeah, he
basically.
broke his face
Broke his
with
eye,
one punch.
broke his
Yeah,
eye socket, you know. So yeah, so Canelo has that kind of power, man. Floyd schooled Canelo. Pigeon Plop says Floyd schooled Canelo, but
yeah,
Floyd.
that's fine. That's like even if he did. I
Mhm.
mean, okay, like we want the big fights, and sometimes in
Yeah,
big fights, one person loses. Like,
yeah,
do you
yeah.
guys want people to fight, or do you guys like want people to protect their zero? It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Like, not everyone's Floyd. Not
Mhm.
everyone's like. Look at Pacquiao. He has losses. He's still great. We
Mhm.
need like as boxing fans, we need to like people lose. Like it
Mhm.
doesn't mean like like sometimes I actually give Canelo credit. Even after the loss, he only got better, right?
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
people could like they could protect the one
Mhm.
loss, but he's fought like great people so far. Like so, sometimes the loss is beneficial. So
Yeah, it is.
if Canelo had somehow won that fight, maybe he wouldn't be as good as today. Maybe he would have like felt satisfied.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, good point.
Who knows?
Good point. Good point. Louis Sosido says, what do you think of Michael Conlan last fight? Michael Conlan, he's gone a little bit under, he's gone a bit under the radar, Conlan. I think he fought like a, not what, he fought what, let me just have a quick look. I think he fought a couple of weeks ago, didn't he? Michael Conlan, yeah, he fought, 08, oh, see, no, he fought last month. It was a while back. Conlan's he's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong, but I want to see more from Conlan. I need to see him step it up now. Step it up. You know, he's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong, but we need to see him step it up. So he fought for the WBA interim world feather title. So now we need to see him step it up, man. There's some good fighters in that division. Conlon's another good fighter, you know, that I'd like to see step up a little bit, you know. Maybe Conlon against Lee Wood, you know. I think he should step it up now, man. I think Conlon's ready for a big fight. He's a good fighter, Conlon. You know, there's a lot of hype around Conlon, you know, and there still is. People seem to think he's a great fighter, but again, we just need to see him step it up now. 16 fights, 16-0, you know, 8 KOs. So he's not a massive puncher, but you know, he's a good fighter. I think it's time for him to step up a little. You know, it's time for him to step up and fight some of the top guns in the division. Let's see how his career unfolds. 3 out of 5 says cringe. What's cringe? 3 out of 5 says cringe. Jerry Esquivel says you are a clown. You hate. Okay, I think they're having a go at each other in the comment section. But so if Canelo does beat Plant, where would you like to see Canelo go next, EK?
Maybe I would rather him fight, like, maybe the Charlo brothers can move up and fight in. That's a pretty popular fight. Maybe the Andre fight, just so he can, like, close that chapter. And maybe after he's done with those two, then I think he should move to, I don't know if he can move to comfortably for the next, like, his half of his career to Bivol and like better be a voter and stuff like that. But I'm not sure. I think I'd rather him see Charlo. Like, if Charlo wants to fight him, they should move up and fight him. Either one of them.
I'd agree. So Mike Rhythm says Sweet Hands about to get hands put on him. I think you're right there, Mike. Sweet Hands is about to get. He's about to get. You know, I believe he's about to get knocked out. But let's see, man. Let's see. So Jerry says Canelo fighting champ after champ for undisputed, and you hate us. So you know what, EK? I want to speak to you about that. Canelo, Callum Smith in December, February, Yildirim, May, Billy Joe, November, Caleb Plant. That's 3 undefeated world champions in less than a year.
Yeah, that's like a Hall of Fame career already.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Crazy, isn't it?
Honestly, to be honest, that's like unheard of since like maybe the times of like the golden age of boxing when Muhammad Ali was fighting, or even before, like, you know, when like Louis Armstrong, I mean, what's his name, Joe Louis.
Yeah, it's crazy,
like,
man.
Back then, people had like 20 fights a year, and they would fight like champion after champion, or like great names after great names. Not like, now people fight maybe once or twice a year, but Canelo's killing it, man. I think maybe he's trying to fast track his career. Maybe he's trying to retire after.
So Pigeon Plop says 3 average champions.
Okay, is it Canelo's fault that like they're champions? Like, how's it his fault that those people are champions? Like, champions are champions. Like, what do you want them to do?
Yeah, champion. I get what Pigeon Plop is saying. He's saying there's 3 average champions. They're not that good.
Okay, then who's better than them at that weight class that has a belt? No one. Other people have belt.
What about Benavidez? Would you say he's better? Would you say Benavidez is better than those 3 guys that were champions?
Does he have a belt?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, but that's Canelo's trying to get all the belts. So like, it's not his fault one person doesn't have a belt.
But do you think he's better? What do you think? Do you think he's better than those?
Yeah, he's better than Plant, and he's better than Smith. But like, it's not his fault that he didn't make weight and lost his belt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think that fight will happen? Canelo v Benavidez?
I mean, if he, I think, I'm not sure. I don't know, to be honest, because I think if Charlo wants to, I think Canelo would fight Charlo first before.
So Pigeon Plop's going in. He said Canelo cherry pick Kovalev.
Okay, I mean, this guy is like, no matter what, if Canelo saved his life in a fire, he'd be like, "Oh, you took the wrong stairs" or something. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
You have to give Canelo credit for those fights, man. They were tough fights. You know, Kovalev. I know you could say it's cherry pick, but Kovalev was bigger than him, man. He's massive. You have to give Canelo credit, right? No one else is doing it like that. You know, no one else is fighting the top guys like Canelo is, you know. So Pigeon Plop says Charlo, Benavidez, Bivol, Beterbiev all can beat Canelo. What do you make of that statement?
I think Bivol and Benavides is a tough fight, no doubt. But I'm still
Mm-hmm.
picking, because I'm Canelo fan, I'm going to pick Canelo to win. But obviously,
Mm-hmm.
those two fights are very. I think Canelo beats Charlo easily, and I think
Mm-hmm.
those two fights are pretty like. But I would say that
Mm-hmm.
Benavidez, his defense is like horrible. Like he gets hit like in every fight a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
Bivol is like a very good boxer. So yeah, I think Bivol is actually a harder fight for Canelo.
So
Probably
Jerry says you can't argue with idiots who hate. If David would have a belt, he would have a chance too for a payday. Would you agree?
100%. I think if David right now had a belt,
Mm-hmm.
Canelo would be facing him in November to be the undisputed. But it's not
Mm-hmm.
Canelo's fault that he didn't make weight and lost his belt.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like his goal was to collect all the belts, and it's not his fault that Smith had a
Mm-hmm.
belt. It's not Canelo's
Yeah.
fault. You know that
Yeah.
Billy Joe. Well, Billy Joe's a great fighter. Like he's a tough fighter.
Mm-hmm. So Curtis Allen says at some point, but not so. So Cali Mexican 707 says Canelo fighting at 175 is not fair. He's much smaller than all of those guys. Even though he's much more skilled, size matters in boxing. So what do you make of that? Do you think Canelo fighting at 175 is not fair because the guys are much bigger than him? And although he's much more skilled, the size matters in boxing.
100%, because even at 168, like I think Canelo, like height wise, reach wise, is pretty small compared to other guys.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I don't know. I just think it's I think those are like still, you can still win those fights, but like obviously it's a lot tougher. And I think people
Mm-hmm.
who are pushing for those fights just want to see Canelo lose, to be honest. But like I
Yeah.
still think he can win those just based on his skills.
Yeah. So it says here, Bivol would wash Plant. Do you agree with that? Bivol would beat Plant. Dimitri
Mm,
Bivol.
never thought about that one, to be honest. But yeah, I'd pick Bivol to win.
Yeah,
I don't know if
Bivol's
he'd
a
wash him, but like I think he'd win.
definitely a good fighter. So Arceli Martinez says Bivol is fighting the best. Yeah, I have to agree with that. He is fighting the best. So it says here, Mike Ream says Benavidez is a tough fight, fast hands, good power, but no special effects, and takes a lot of punches. Canelo will make him miss and break him down. What do you think, EK?
Um, yeah, I think out of all the 168 fighters,
Mm-hmm.
Benavidez is up there with like the most talented, the best one out there. But I think Canelo would still beat him, to be honest. I just think
Mm-hmm.
Canelo body work, his speed, his counters would like neutralize a lot of good things about Benavidez.
I'd have to agree. I'd have to agree. Um, so Canelo wants Charlo next. The right through is Caleb. Oh no, where's EK gone? He's disappeared. Okay, so Rohin Popat says, why does Canelo get so much hate from people? Surely he's one of the most improved fighters in the last 6 years. After Golovkin fight 1, Canelo has improved incredibly. So why does Canelo get so much hate from people? Surely he is one of the most improved fighters in the last 6 years. After Golovkin won, so why does Canelo get so much hate from people? Surely he is one of the most improved fighters in the last 6 years. After Golovkin fight 1, Canelo has improved incredibly. I have to agree, Canelo has improved incredibly, and I don't know why he gets so much hate. He deserves a lot more credit. He deserves a lot more praise. He deserves a lot more respect. You know, he fights everybody, Canelo, man. But he seems to not get credit for some reason. He seems to not get credit. I don't know why that is. I don't know why that is. I don't know why that is. My man Steven's in the house. What's going on, Steven?
What's up, my man? What's cracking? What's
Good, man.
cracking?
How are you? Long time no speak.
Man, I caught COVID, man. Put me on my pockets, man. I've been
Oh, is
sick
it?
as a dog.
No way, man. I hope. How are you feeling?
Man, I feel like I'm at 97.9% now.
Fair enough, man. It's good, man. No wonders. I was like, where's Steven gone? I was thinking about it, and I was like, yo, I hope everything's well, man. And then you're telling me you got COVID, man. I hope everything's good now.
Yeah, my whole family. It's I called it from my wife, and then it just spread it through the household. The kids got it and everything. The kids get it right now, but
Oh, no. So what? You
yeah,
isolating?
I was isolating.
Sorry, Canelo just posted on Instagram a poster of him and Canelo in Las Vegas.
Oh, is
On
it?
Canelo's Instagram, yeah. It's happening 100%.
Oh, that's great, man. That's great.
And
Steven,
man,
man.
I hope you feel better, bro.
Oh yeah. It's all good, man. I appreciate it.
Steven, man, I want to come to you, man. I hope you're all good anyway. I hope you get better, man, soon. I hope the kids get better as well, and the missus as well.
Appreciate it.
Steven, man, what do you make of the news? Canelo v Plant. It's done.
Yeah, man.
It's done.
I know, man. Yeah, man. That's some good news, man. That's news that we can't, as boxing fans, we can't turn our nose up at. This is the news that we've been waiting on. And I hope the fight go through, man.
Say that again.
I say I hope this fight goes through. I hope
man. Steven, what happened after the Spence Pacquiao? It felt like the air had been sucked out. You said that, didn't you? It felt like the air had been sucked out, man.
Yeah, man. It seemed like it was Armageddon. It seemed like it was the Day of the Dead for me, man.
Yeah.
But we got some rejuvenation, man. We gonna see what Caleb Plant got to bring to the table, man. If he is everything that he proclaims himself to be, we gonna see.
You know what, Steven? Nobody's giving Caleb Plant a chance. Everybody's saying Caleb Plant's going to get washed. He's going to get knocked out. He's got no chance in this fight. You see it slightly different than that.
Yeah, I see Caleb Plant as a champ. Anytime you got a belt, man, you ain't no sucker. So Caleb Plant, he ain't no sucker. Will he beat Canelo? Does he have the goods to beat Canelo? I don't know. That's all up to Caleb Plant and Caleb Plant's heart if he so chooses to go out there and shock the world. But I know that Caleb Plant he's a damn good boxer. Caleb Plant is a really, really good boxer. And I think a lot of people don't really know a lot about Caleb Plant. And I think they just go off of the reputation that Canelo has preceding him, and they automatically count Caleb Plant out. But I wouldn't go so far as to count him out. I mean, he got a good shot. Now I don't know if he's gonna beat him or not. Don't give me the line and don't get me to say that he's gonna do something like that. But I give him a shot, man. Caleb Plant is legit, man.
I'd agree, man. I'd agree. I think people are overlooking Plant, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as what people think. I do expect Canelo to win, but I think it's a good fight, man. I'm actually looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Real talk, man.
A good fight, man. But Steven, we got a big fight on the weekend as well. Pacquiao Ugas.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? And that's kind of another thing I wanted to bring up, man. I haven't been listening because I've been sick, but I want to let everybody know that, man, Ugas is a really, really good boxer, man.
Yeah.
He's a really good boxer. And he's a formidable opponent for any welterweight out there, including the likes of Boots Ennis or Earl Spence Jr. He could beat those guys on any given day. Ugas can beat those guys. He could beat the best of the welterweight. So don't turn your back on Ugas. You know?
I think it's because he's got 4 losses. I think people think that, you know what? I think that's why people are overlooking him. They think, but let's not forget that 1 loss against Porter, a lot of people had him winning that fight against Porter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was, I really gave, to be honest with you, if you really want to put a true serum in me and let me speak the real truth, I think Ugas won that fight, man. I think he won that fight against Sean Porter. Showtime Sean Porter. I like Sean Porter.
Yeah,
but I think Ugas won legitimately.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there, man. I think Ugas did win that fight. You know what I mean? But that's what I mean. He's a guy that's, you know, been the B side a lot of the time, so they get overlooked. Do you know what I mean? But I think he's a good fighter, man. Ugas can fight. Don't overlook this guy. Ugas can really fight. Really
man.
fight.
He can really he can fight, man. He can fight. But that's not to take anything away from Pac-Man. You know, Pac-Man is he's almost like a Renaissance man. Pac-Man is unlike any boxer I've ever seen in life. Pac-Man is a force. You know what I'm saying? Pac-Man is a straight killer, and he been killing for a long time. And I don't see Ugas pulling this off, but I'm not gonna say Ugas is just a walk in the park for Pac-Man. You know what? Ugas, if anybody can upset him, Ugas can do it.
Yeah. But
what do you think? What do you think?
You know what? I personally think, you know what? It's I just don't like Ugas's defense. I think he's quite open to big shots, and I don't know whether I think if Pacquiao's got that left hand, that power that we know we're used to, I don't know. It could be dangerous for Ugas. You know what I mean? But I have seen Ugas is dangerous. But the thing is, Ugas is big and he's muscular. He's massive. And you think to yourself, if he lands one of those big right hands, who knows, man? At this stage, again, your punch resistance doesn't get better. And we know Pacquiao's had a great chin over the years. But at that age, how's he going to react to a big guy like that landing a big shot? Who knows? You know, there's a lot. Mike made a point, right, about Pacquiao. He said that we've got to take it fight by fight basis with him at this point in his career and how old he is. You don't know when you turn old. And let's be honest, Ugas ain't winning this fight if Manny Pacquiao is the Manny Pacquiao we know, right? But
exactly.
But we don't know if it's going to be that Manny Pacquiao.
Exactly. You speaking some real you speaking some real true gospel, man. And I think I'm buying what you're saying, because everything you're saying is right, man. At this point, you know, Manny Pacquiao he's old, man. He's old. And we don't know if this is gonna be the fight where his age is gonna start to show. And against somebody young and strong and that much physically bigger than you, I mean I don't know if he's gonna have like the old school gusto that the old school Manny Pacquiao that we saw knock Ricky Hatton clean out, that we saw give Antonio Margarito the business, that we seen just clobber Joshua Clottey, and you know how good Joshua Clottey was.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could, because you know what, I started to see a lot of misgivings in my beloved Manny Pacquiao during the Keith Thurman fight. I seen a lot of things that I was like, I don't know, man, because that second half of the fight, man, he really did his thug thistle, man. He did his thing, man. He was giving Manny Pacquiao the business. So I don't want Manny Pacquiao to show up as the old Pac-Man, and we end up with an L. But we'll see what's going on this weekend.
Yeah, we will for sure, man. EK, what do you think? What do you make of this Pacquiao-Ugas fight? You just heard Steven say that. What do you think?
Of course, like I said before, depends on what kind of Pacquiao shows up, really. This is Pacquiao's fight, to win or lose. It's because if he loses, it'll be because of his age, not because of how great of a boxer he was or is, you know? If Pacquiao shows up with speed, power, he's gonna win. But if the 2 years off his age plays a factor, I really hate this fight, because I don't want Pacquiao. If this is his last fight, it'll be a tragedy, to be honest, if he lost to Ugas, and that'll be such a sour note to end such a great, illustrious career. So, at least with Spence, he's a top dog, best of the division. If he loses badly in that fight, okay, he lost to the best, just like how he beat Oscar De La Hoya. You know,
Mm-hmm.
going out
Yeah.
like that is like, you know, that's like it's expected sometimes. But like
Yeah.
this would be, I really hope, I'm rooting for Pacquiao to win. I'm
Mm-hmm.
rooting him to stop Ugas. But like if he loses, I wouldn't be shocked, but I'd be sad, more sad than shocked, because I don't want Pacquiao to. I don't want this to be his last fight. And
What happened there, man? EK's gone. Steven,
Mhm.
let's talk about Spence, man. I know you're a Spence fan. Spence, man. Spence has suffered a serious eye injury, man, and a lot of people are questioning whether he'll even come back, whether he'll be the same. He's detached his eye retina. What do you make of it, man? It's a very serious injury, man, and the reports that are coming out, it's scary. It's scary because I want to see Errol Spence, but I don't know. With what I'm hearing, it's not good. What do you make of it? You know, the WBC confirmed that the reports, they accept the reports. What have you made of all of the stuff that's being said, and what do you think Errol Spence's future is in the sport of boxing?
Well, I think it's I think it's very, very, very unfortunate, man. I like Earl Spence just about as much as anybody on the
Mm-hmm.
planet, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it's a very unfortunate turn of events for him because an eye injury is not, it's not like a broken arm or you know, a broken collarbone. It's a very, very serious injury, and a lot of fighters don't they don't come back for that. They don't come. Look at Abner Mares.
Mm-hmm.
Abner Mares hasn't been the same ever since that eye injury.
No.
Um, you look at Kell Brook,
Yeah,
Special
yeah.
K. You know what I'm saying? Kell Brook at one point in time, Kell
Mm-hmm.
Brook was a straight up killer, man.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
say what you want to about Kell Brook, but he was an absolute killer.
yeah.
And that eye injury, it just, you know, look at Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah,
Billy
yeah,
Joe
yeah.
Saunders. You know, so a lot of fighters don't make it back. And I don't know if Spence will, to be honest with you. Spence he's endured an incredible amount of trauma during his short lifespan as a boxer. And I don't know if
Mm.
he has what it takes to come back at this point, man.
Do you
I don't
think?
know.
Do you
Go
think the
ahead.
accident played? Do you think the accident played a part in that injury, though? Like, do you think that the side effects, maybe it's because we know that there was some issues with his eye from the accident. He had blood shots or something from the eye from the accident. Do you think it's something to do with that has
I,
reoccurred?
I don't know. I don't know. That's something that I don't think we're anyone really knows except
Yeah,
for his
yeah, yeah,
position
yeah,
and you know, Derrick James and Errol Spence. So I don't really know, but I do know what I do know that is that it's a very, very serious injury. Yeah, and we can't say that he was ducking the fight, any of that stupidity that I was
yeah,
hearing before I got sick, anything like that. Uh, I just know that it's real unfortunate because obviously he has, you know, he had a lot to give boxing, and I don't want to.
Steven's having issues with his connection. But yeah, EK, if you want to carry on from what Steven was saying, Errol Spence, where do you think Errol Spence? What do you make of Errol Spence's injury and his eye injury? Do you think he'll come back? What do you make of it?
you know, I just hope he recovers.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he's one of the best, like in 147 right now. So you know, it's
Mm-hmm.
really sad to see like one of the anyone who faces this injury, but like, you know, he's like a top dog. So like, and there's so much in his future too. So it's really sucks. I feel
Mm-hmm.
sorry for him. I hope he, you know, I hope if he does decide to come, it's like when it's 100% healthy, and I hope he doesn't rush anything.
Yeah, yeah, I'd have to agree with you, man. I'd have to agree with you there, man. Eric says Beterbiev, Canelo Alvarez is going to beat the hell out of Caleb Plant. That seems to be everyone. Brian Castano, Luis Sosido says Brian Castano won, or was it a draw in your eyes? What do you think? Did Brian Castano win that fight, EK, or do you think it was a draw?
Against who?
Jamel Charlo.
Was that the most recent one? The Argentinian dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought like the Argentinian dude won,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah,
only from the first viewing. Like
yeah,
sometimes you gotta watch the fight again. Maybe it was closer. Maybe there were because he was hurt more than
yeah. He
our
was, yeah,
looking. But like if you're going round by round, I think when I was watching the fight, I felt like the Argentinian fighter won.
yeah.
But I haven't watched that fight ever since, so I'm not. It's not something solidified in my mind.
Yeah. TGE Boxing says the fans what they want. Pac tried to give us Crawford, actually gave us Spence. The fans want Canelo v Charlo, Canelo v Andrade. I like the Plant fight though, but I don't care for BJS. So I like the Plant fight, though I didn't care for BJS. So I think he's saying that Canelo needs to fight. He needs to fight Andrade. He needs to fight Charlo. I think that's what he's saying. I think they're the fights that the fans want, according to TG Boxing. What do you make of it?
Sorry, you kind of cut off. Can you repeat what you were saying?
So he says the fans what they want is Pac tried to give Crawford. Actually, they gave a Spence, etc. The fans want Canelo. Where's EK gone, man? Where's EK gone? EK's disappeared. Having connection issues. But Pigeon Plop says Billy Joe is not a great fighter. Your fanboy. Billy Joe's best win was a part-time boxer, Eubank Jr. Okay. I think Billy Joe was a good fighter. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he was as good as what some people think. But his resume wasn't the greatest. But he was still a good fighter, no doubt. Curtis Alice says it is a major disadvantage. It is a major disadvantage, but who's to say Canelo can't beat those guys? Won't be easy, but possible. It is a major disadvantage. It is. Canelo being a smaller man is a major disadvantage. You know, skill in boxing can get you so far, but size, as they say, size is a big issue in boxing. However, size, they say a good big man beats a good little man, but Canelo is an exceptional little man against good big men. So I think Canelo can beat them. Canelo fighting Boohoo at 168. Charlo going to fight Canelo and that call and retire. No, I think Canelo's going to move up to 175. I think he's going to fight on. Mark Wayne 143 says two kinds of people in this world: Canelo supporters and his haters. Reason he has so many because he's doing it right. Stay mad, ladies. Canelo's listen. I don't think anyone. I think you've got to respect Canelo's hustle. Canelo, the cheat is useless. Oh, okay, the God doesn't seem to like Canelo either. Jose Mendez says Benavidez is the best challenger for Canelo, but I was really hoping Spence v Canelo would be. But now, because of the retina injury, there's no way that fight is happening. So, Stephen, I'll put this question to you. Benavidez is the best challenge for Canelo, but I was really hoping Spence v Canelo would be made. But now, because of his retina injury, there's no way that fight is happening. What do you make of what Jose's saying there?
Yeah, well, I think first of all, let's get this understood about the Canelo Spence fight.
Yeah,
that fight was not very likely to happen. It was like a fantasy fight.
Yeah.
You know, but I think David Benavidez is a real strong possibility that, you know, he could be one of the better matchups for Canelo. I don't know about if he's the best matchup because we got Bivol out there, we got Better Beeve out there, we got Caleb Plant out there, we got Andrade out there. There's a lot of potential fights that are real appetizing for Canelo. I just don't think that Spence was ever a real big possibility that he was really going to be fighting Canelo anytime soon. So, and that you know, like I was saying before I cut out, man, eye injury, man, that's real big. That's a real big injury. I don't know if he's even going to come back from that.
You know, you were talking about Kell Brook. Remember Kell Brook fought Crawford, and Kell Brook got hit by a jab near the eye area, and he almost knocked him senseless, like he didn't know where he was.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's something that you don't play with. You know what I'm saying? If you know, have you ever tried to move around and you know, try to operate and function with just one eye?
Yeah.
You know,
Crazy, man.
it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Sad.
What do you think? What do you think then? I personally think it's not going to be easy for Spence now, man. And you know what? Like you said, he's had to come through so much, right? And then you know what, Stephen, you know, worst thing is there's killers in that division, man. It's not like he's got an easy division where he can dominate. Even, you know, there's killers, and even if you're injured, it doesn't matter who you're fighting. It's going to be tough because any fighter at top level can fight, you know. And if you're not 100%, you're going to struggle. But the killers in that division, man, you know, when you look at it, you got Virgil Ortiz, man. Look how good Virgil Ortiz looked on the weekend.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He was a monster.
The welterweight division, man. Golly. The welterweight division is by far the best division in all of boxing.
Easy.
I mean, you guys, it's so deep. I'm even talking about, like, look at Conor Ben and them. Conor Ben and Jamal James and all. I mean, it's just, I mean, Boots Ennis. It's just like, it is the absolute best division in boxing right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think I might have to say that Spence doesn't have a chance to come back and be top dog anymore. I'm going ahead and say it, man. I think so, man. I think we've seen the best of Spence. You know, I don't know
sad.
if
That'll be sad. That'll be sad.
It's gonna be sad. Yeah, it's gonna be sad, but it's the most realistic projection for him at this point. I mean, if he comes back and he's able to come back in his old self and with all the power and glory that he had before this eye injury, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked to see that happen. But just, you know, just from a pragmatic standpoint, I can't say that he has what it takes to do that. It's gonna be hard.
It is, yeah. It is. I'd agree with you, man. I'd agree. You know, what did you make of Virgil Ortiz, man? Absolute monster. The way he destroyed Velasquez. What did you make of his
I mean, I've been saying Virgil Ortiz for a long time, man. Listen, man, I've been saying that Virgil Ortiz is the absolute truth. He's a beast. He's a beast. I mean, I can't say it anymore. I mean, Virgil Ortiz is the absolute. He got the goods, man. He got the goods, man. I mean,
Can he beat
Crawford? I think he can beat Crawford. Would he beat Crawford? I don't know if he has the experience and but I think he definitely has the physicality and the strength and just I mean he's very intelligent too. Let's say this: Virgil Ortiz is not no dummy in the boxing ring. That dude knows his way around the boxing ring. His father does a great job of keeping him inundated with just the educational standpoint of boxing. You know, so he's well versed in the ring. I think he can beat Bud Crawford. Will he be able to pull it off? I think Bud Crawford at this point is probably a little bit more too experienced, too well-rounded, too just talented, gifted to get beat by Virgil Ortiz. But hell yeah, I think Virgil Ortiz can do it. What do you think?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think I you know what, initially, you know, when I saw Virgil Ortiz against Hooker and I saw Hooker outbox him a little bit, I was like, man, although he stopped him, like, what would Crawford do to him? But then when I seen him against Velasquez, and I thought, you know what, this guy's got better boxing IQ than I thought. And he absolutely destroyed Velasquez. You know what problem I think Crawford would have? It's that pressure, that size, that strength, that relentlessness, that hunger. And you know what, Ortiz, when he's hurt, which he was hurt against Velasquez, but so was Crawford against Velasquez, Ortiz is even more dangerous when he's hurt. You know, this guy is a problem. He's a problem. You know, that strength, that power, that speed of Virgil Ortiz. That's a problem, man. That's a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem, man. And you know what? He's so young.
Yeah.
That makes it even more scarier.
Yeah.
He's so young.
He is young. Yeah, 24, 25, something like that.
Yeah, man.
I don't know him and Boots, man. That could be like a future. That could be an absolute monster super fight in the future. Boots Ennis v. Vergil Ortiz.
I think that's what's gonna end up happening. I think we'll see Spence and Sean Porter and Keith Thurman. I think we'll see them fade to black, and I think we're gonna see the emergence of the new breed of welterweights. And that's gonna be headed by Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz.
They're the two best.
And let's not forget about Conor Ben, Jamal James.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the progression of Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz. That's definitely a future fight, a super fight. Do you think Vergil Ortiz would beat Porter if they fight right now?
Yeah, I think he might be a little bit too much for Porter.
Yeah, I'd agree because I feel like
I think he might be a little bit too much.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd have to agree with you there, man. I think Porter. Obviously he's older. Ortiz is young. He's fresh, and I think Porter's not really a big puncher, and Ortiz might love that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Sean Porter is he's a jack of all trades, and I don't know if he can hone in and focus purely on boxing for a full camp. To be able to beat a guy like Vergil Ortiz. You may be able to do it against somebody like Conor Ben or somebody else, but not a guy like Vergil Ortiz.
Yeah. That's a Flow Kicks is saying that it looks like. Go on, Stephen. Go on.
I'm just saying, I think Vergil Ortiz is a little Sean Porter.
Yeah, I'd agree. Flow Kicks is saying it looks like Gervonta Davis v. Keith Thurman will be confirmed at any moment. What do you make of that, Stephen?
I think that's a stupid fight, man. I'm so sick of stupid fights. I have no interest in that. I mean, I don't know what goes on in the sport of boxing, why they make these stupid fights. I mean, Keith Thurman can fight a ton of people. We just named a ton of welterweights he can fight. I don't want to see him fighting Gervonta Tank Davis. I don't want to see that fight. Tank Davis got a lot of fights that he could be taking. And I tell you what, if Keith Thurman takes that fight, he a sucker. I think he's a sucker for taking that fight.
Why do you think Gervonta Davis and his team want to take that fight? What do they see? Because obviously a dangerous fight, fighting a guy so big. What do they see, Stephen, that they're taking that fight?
They think Keith Thurman is sweet. That's what they think. And they think that Keith Thurman is going to be the same type of fight that what was his name? The last dude, Barrios. Yeah, they think he's going to be the same type of dude. But what they don't know about Keith Thurman is that dude can punch. That dude can punch lights out, and that dude can box. That dude is one of the best boxers in all of boxing. Forget what you heard. Forget what you talked about. Keith Thurman can box, and he can punch. He can crack, and he might crack Gervonta Tank Davis. So they better get it together. If they want this fight, they really need to think about Gervonta Davis's career and not just taking the fight based off of sensationalism and what they think they know. Because Keith Thurman ain't gonna play no games with him. He ain't playing no games with him.
Yeah, I'd agree, man. I think the reason why that fight is being taken, I think they think Keith Thurman is washed up, Stephen. I think they think Keith Thurman is washed up and, he struggles with body shots. I think they think they'll knock him out. And that's why they ain't fighting any other welterweight, but they're talking about Thurman because they know Thurman's a big name. They know Thurman's a good fighter, but I think they see vulnerability and they think Thurman's been inactive and they think he's washed up. I think that's what they think, Stephen.
Exactly. Exactly. They think you're a sucker, man.
Mm-hmm.
They think Keith Thurman's a sucker, man. And Keith Thurman got to, you know what I'm saying? If he do take that fight, he better win.
Yeah. Do you think he wins?
I think I can almost bet the house that he's gonna win.
Why? Do you think he's too big and too good a boxer for Tank?
Yep. All that, yeah. All that. You know, Keith Thurman is he's a true he ain't no he been in there with some monsters. Keith Thurman has. And he ain't lost for one time. And that his only loss is to Pac-Man. And you can argue and say that, without the knockdown, Keith Thurman really won that fight. So would you say that Javante could beat Pac-Man? I don't know if he beats Pac-Man.
No chance. No chance.
So I would get that fight to Keith.
Makai, what do you make of the news firstly, and what me and Stephen were talking about Gervonta Davis and Thurman? So it looks like Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant are going to be fighting in November. What do you make of the news?
Happy. You know, we finally get to see the undisputed fight. Obviously, it broke down at first. You know, it was a little bit gutting, but yeah, we got the fight now, which will be good on the November, isn't it?
Yeah, November. Yeah, they've reached a deal. Apparently, Canelo's put something up on his Instagram saying that.
Yeah,
saying that fight in Las Vegas.
So they obviously got the issue sorted.
Yeah.
So no one was ducking.
Yeah.
So that tells us that. And you was talking about Thurman versus Davies, was it?
Yeah.
Well, is that fight actually happening?
Well, someone mentioned in the side chat that it looks like that fight could get announced at any moment. It wouldn't surprise me. There are talks about it. So it wouldn't shock me that if that fight does come off. But what do you make of that fight?
Why on earth is Davies fighting Thurman? Does he think he's washed up or something? Because I think Thurman's going to shot Davies. You know, Thurman, yeah, he may not be in the same fire as he used to be, but he's still good enough to beat Tank. This is a guy who's a lot bigger than you, who can box, who's elite, and who has power. He will probably knock. Well, no, he will. I think he will knock Davies out if that fight happens.
Yeah,
There's no lot of Davies is beating Thurman.
Yeah, I think a lot of people seem to have the same kind of thing, that it may be a step too far. He's too big. He's too strong. I'd probably have to agree. You know what? Tank Davis made a comment, Stephen, that against Barrios, that he was worried because the guy was so big, right? Imagine him saying that about Barrios and then fighting Keith Thurman. Surely Tank's gonna be wary in there against such a big guy, such a strong guy. Surely he's gonna be wary that he could get knocked out.
Let me say this, man. Let me say this about Tank, and I'm gonna say it about Bud Crawford too. Tank needs to really consider getting a new management team other than Winter Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather, because they got him all over the place. They got him. He's almost become like a spectacle. He's not fighting any real legitimate messed up fights with guys that he should be really fighting. Like, why are we talking about Keith Thurman? And you got, so many other, so many other people that you could be fighting that are legitimate matchups. But yet still they got you out here looking like some type of clown or a circus side freak show out here fighting these stupid fights. I would really consider, if I'm Tank Davis, I'm really considering getting a new management team. Same with Bud Crawford. He got this big cheeseburger eating Big Mac Happy Meal guffing Bomac out here talking just cash noise every chance he gets, and he's not fighting anybody. So meanwhile, you got guys like Virgil Ortiz and Boots Ennis out here really showing that they got the goods. And what's going to end up happening is we're going to sit here and we're going to talk about how great Terrence Bud Crawford could have been, as opposed to how great he is, because his management team sucks. You know, you got Bob Arum out here. Bob Arum, I don't know if he has Alzheimer's or if he's senile or whatever, but he surely doesn't he don't make any sense in any of the moves he has. So I just think it's a mess, man. I think both of those guys' careers are messes.
I'd have to agree, man. Like, especially Tank Davis. I don't know what's going on with him. At least Crawford had a strategy, became undisputed. You know, became a champion 135, became a champion at welterweight. Now he's, you know, hopefully he can secure the big fights at welterweight. But Tank Davis's career is just like he's fighting Barrios, then he's fighting going down to 135, or then he's going up to 147. Right now, I don't know what's going on with him. But then the problem is, Stephen, here's the problem. The problem is Floyd Mayweather has said that they're only going to fight in-house.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, I could see, you know, I don't have a problem. This is why I broke away from the workforce and I decided to work for myself. I decided to make my own decisions because I had issues following rules that didn't make sense. Meaning that if it was something that I could make sense of, I could follow the rule, but I just have a hard time following the rules that don't make sense and making rules that, you know, and it seems like that doesn't make sense what Floyd Mayweather is saying. If you really want to make and optimize your money making potential in Tank Davis, you would match him up against the guys that are, you know what I'm saying, that are real legitimate matchups, because nobody is really going to want to see this Keith Thurman fight. Nobody's going to want to see that. They want to see Gervonta Loma. Would you rather see that, or would you rather see Gervonta Keith Thurman? Would you rather see Gervonta David Haney, Teofimo, and the list goes on and on? That's what I'm saying. A lot of they're not very intelligent people. It doesn't seem like.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, I'd definitely want to see. Yeah, I'd agree with you, man. I'd agree with you, Stephen. I'd rather see, definitely rather see, you know, Gervonta v. Haney, Gervonta v. Lomachenko, all those guys, man. You know, I think those fights make a lot more sense. Do you know what I mean? You're right, man. You're 100% spot on there. I'd have to agree with you. What would you say, Makai?
What did I say about what? Sorry.
About what Steven's saying.
Yeah, you know, Davies, he needs to stop going up and down. You know, why can't he just stay in one division and try and fight the best guy in that division? Like, why can't he fight the guys that we actually want him to fight? Like, I don't even know if he's fighting Furman or not, but I mean, no one's asked for a fight, and the only reason he's doing a fight is because he thinks Furman's washed up. Like, this is not what boxing fans want. You know, we want to see him fight Loma. I mean, Loma, that fight's been in the making for like how long now? I mean, I know Loma wants it, but
years.
And it doesn't help with Mayweather, you know, saying, "Oh, we only want in-house fights." Like, that's not what boxing fans want to hear. Like, it's just a mockery. I've never liked Mayweather as a promoter. No, Ellaby, that I think they're all frauds at promoting. You know, they just want the money. That's it. They're not actually trying. They don't care about the fans. Like, you know, I want to see these fights, but at least, you know, we're getting. It's huge from the PBC side. I always thought. You know, we didn't really get, like, you know, other networks to fight. Obviously, Canelo, he's a free agent, so we're finally seeing that fight against Plant. You know, because we obviously saw it go down at first, so that's good. But, like, you know, I just want to see. I just want to see these fights.
I want to ask Stephen. I want to ask you, Virgil Ortiz v. Josh Taylor. Who wins that fight, Stephen?
Virgil Ortiz. He's too big for.
He's too big, you reckon?
Yeah, he's too big for Josh Taylor.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think Hey?
But let me say this though. I will say that Josh Taylor is a better boxer
Yeah, he is.
uh,
Yeah.
than Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah. I just think Virgil Ortiz's pressure, strength, power might be too much in that fight. I'd have to agree.
Uh,
I think the size difference from 140, 147 is massive. I think that's a very, very dangerous fight. Ortiz is a monster. Ortiz is a monster. Even Ray, you know how big Ray is of a Josh Taylor fan, and Ray was like, "Yeah, Ortiz would beat Josh Taylor."
yeah, he would beat Josh Taylor, man. He would be too big and too physically imposing
Yeah.
uh, for Josh Taylor, man. That's a bad fight. I don't really think that's a real. That would be a real good fight for Josh Taylor.
No. I want to ask you a question, Stephen, about Virgil Ortiz and all the other welterweights and how you see the fights going. Virgil Ortiz v Porter, Thurman, Virgil Ortiz v Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz v Spence, Virgil Ortiz v Crawford, Virgil Ortiz v Porter. You've already touched on it about Porter, but against all the other top welterweights, how do you see Virgil Ortiz doing?
I think Virgil, he's this good that he could beat any one of those guys. As a matter of fact, I might give him the edge. I'm gonna give him the edge over Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him the edge over Sean Porter. I'm gonna give him the edge over Keith Thurman. You know, and because you got to look at what Keith Thurman was able to do against Jose Cito Lopez. You know, Keith Thurman, he beat Jose Cito Lopez, but he had a hard time against him. I don't think Ortiz has a hard time with Jose Cito Lopez. So I'm gonna give him, but Spence is a different beast. I don't think he beats Spence. I think Spence. And you gotta put it like this too. They know each other real good. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence has been knowing Virgil Ortiz since Virgil Ortiz was a young type. You know, they come from the same area. So I think I'm gonna give him the edge. I don't think Virgil Ortiz beats Crawford right now, not at this stage. But give it 2 more fights against some tough opposition, and I'm picking Virgil Ortiz over Crawford. No question.
Makai?
Yes. Yeah, obviously I thought Ortiz beats Crawford. I think I said last I thought Taylor would beat Ortiz. Yeah, I've changed my mind a little on that. You know, I rewatched the Ortiz fight. You know, as I've always said, Ortiz is something special. I think he'll beat Taylor. Yeah, I definitely think he will beat Taylor.
What about Porter? What about Thurman? What about all those guys?
He beats Ortiz will beat Thurman, right? I don't know with Porter yet. Porter, he's always had that style that is tricky for everyone. You just need to be. Has Ortiz? I mean, he probably has got the dog with him. He's definitely got the power. We just don't know how he's going to deal with it. How his technique will go. We saw with Spence, Thurman. You know, the technique's gone out the window when they fought Porter. You know, Porter, he's so relentless. You know, in Porter, he shows us that they're a real fighter. Not like we know that Spence is a proper fighter because of what happened in that fight. You know, Spence, he played his own game and he beat him at it. We saw it with Thurman, Garcia. You know, not really. Brooke, I don't really know, but that was a different fight. But you know, Porter, he always just proves to us who is the proper fighter or not.
You know what? Dago619 Cali makes a good point, Stephen. He says, well, with the Spence eye injury, Ortiz might win now.
Yeah, I'm talking about optimal Spence. I'm not talking about compromised Spence. I'm talking about Spence in his at his optimal capacity. He beats,
but taking that into consideration,
Spence.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, man. A healthy Spence would beat Virgil Ortiz, but I don't know now, man. I don't know, Stephen. That would be up in the air because Virgil Ortiz, like I said, that pressure, that size, that strength, that power, he could do a Spence on. He could Virgil Ortiz could do a Spence on Spence. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're right. Right. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's
I agree.
yeah. I feel for Spence, man. I hope he can make his recovery. I'm a big Errol Spence fan, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of like in Steven's corner here. That I don't know whether Spence is going to be the same Spence, man. I hope he can come back, man. I hope he can come back. I'm not sure.
I think he's going to move up to 154. You know, if that he's got that injury of the retina, whatever it's called, he's going to be out for like a year probably. His body, how is his body going to handle cutting down to 147 again? You know, because Spence, it's pretty obvious he's going to gain weight. You know, Spence is a big guy. You can't have, he's just going to struggle more. I mean, if we want to see the best Spence, we'll have to be at 154. If we see Spence fighting at 147 again, that is not going to be a healthy Spence. I mean, he was already flipping struggling to make 147 this camp like badly. We even saw photos of him. So yeah, he's struggling really badly.
And I think psychologically, he's always gonna be anticipating getting hit in that eye and re-injuring it. I don't know if psychologically he can come back.
Happened with Brook. Look, Brook ain't the same, is he? I mean, look happened to his eye. You know, and we even saw him. Well, he came back down to 147 after obviously him not fighting there. And we saw about that. And we saw that he got dropped with a jab. You know, Spence's chin won't be the same at 147 if he does fight there again. He needs to go up to 154.
Yeah, I worry for Spence. But the thing is, Mackay, that's dangerous as well. Some of the 154 guys are massive and they're strong. And they're
Spence is a really big guy, though, isn't he? You know, but yeah, it's gonna be different with Spence because you're gonna be fighting someone. He's gonna be fighting people bigger than him. You know, like
that's what I mean. Charlo, Castano, Hurd. You know, Williams. These are massive guys.
I think he would beat Hurd. I don't think Hurd's that good.
Yeah, Hurd. Yeah. I'd agree.
I think he's awful. I think he's just good because he's got size. Yeah.
What would you think, Stephen, about him moving to 154? Do you think Mackay's got a point, or do you think that's even worse?
I think that's even worse because they hit so much harder and they're so much bigger. Look at Jared Hurd. Jared Hurd looks like a giant compared to Spence.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. You know,
Spence, he's been for a welterweight, but I mean, he really ain't. Have you ever seen Spence standing next to Jamel?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Jamel's a lot bigger than Spence. I wouldn't say that. Spence is a big guy.
Bigger, though.
Yeah. Oh, Jamel is bigger. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, Jamel is bigger, but you know he's not that much bigger. And, you know, we've seen Spencer's been fighting guys smaller than him. If he goes up, he's mainly going to be fighting people the same size as him. Yeah, he's going to struggle, of course. He's going to different weight class, but I don't want to see a drained Spence. No, he's not going to be the same at 147.
Would you rather get hit in your eye by Manny Pacquiao or by Jamel Charlo?
Well,
and that's what's going to be. Those are the questions Spence are going to be will have to ask himself if he goes to 154. Well, I'd rather
okay. All I'm saying here is, will Jamel be hitting Spence with those massive swings he does? You know, Spence, he's not. You know, we saw with Garcia that the counter hook he always tries doing. He never got Spence with that. You know, Spence, he's got good reaction times. He doesn't get hit easily just like that. Pacquiao, he'll easily be able to hit Spence, but Jamel, he won't be able to easily hit Spence like that. So, but if he does land on him, obviously, then yeah, it's different. Obviously, Jamel hits harder, but you know, it's gonna. I'd rather see Spence fight, be healthy at least on fight night. He won't be healthy if he tries fighting at 147 again. He was already struggling to make weight there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a healthy Spence. That's the best case scenario. What I'm talking about is a realistic Spence right now. And realistically, Spence is he's always gonna have that in the back of his mind. You know, is my eye gonna hold up? Is my eye gonna be? I just don't see it being the same anymore. I think
Yeah.
Spence may be used goods at this point.
It happens, man. It's boxing. I mean, it's gutting that it's happened to Spence. You know, even at 147, he'll still be worried about getting hit there. He's still going to get hit hard. You know, it's happened so early in his career as well. He's only like 30, I think, 30, 31. It is a shame, but I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We're not going to see him in the ring for a while. But
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I agree with you, man. We're just gonna have to see, man. But if you want my honest opinion, I think we've seen all we have to see for Spence. I don't think we're gonna see him back like he was before.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. Yeah,
that's sad, man. I'm gonna be gutted if that
gutting.
does happen because, like I said, man, you know what? Some of these guys haven't reached their potential. You know, Keith Thurman, underachiever, really, underachiever. Kell Brook, underachiever. You know, so far, Javonte Davis, underachiever. You know, Crawford, Teofimo Lopez. So far, like, yeah, he beat Lomachenko, but apart from that, like, he's gone missing. You know, for a whole year, he's just disappeared. You know, then we've got Crawford. You know, great. He's done great, but so far, you know, still there should be a lot more from him. You know what I mean? All these guys, man, all these guys. There's not one guy bar Canelo, you know, Pacquiao that you can say, yeah, those guys, yeah, fair enough. They hit their potential, but a lot of these guys, man, a lot of these guys are not hitting their potential, Stephen, man.
They're not, and that's the reason why we hold Canelo and Pac-Man in such high regard, such high esteem, is because they've been able to stand the test of the time, and we've seen them blossom, and we've seen them give us all that they had to give us, and we've seen the optimal potential that they have harnessed in them. They've unleashed that. We've seen it. So you had no choice but to say that they're the two best boxers living right now, breathing right now. Because you can't say that about anybody else aside from Canelo Saul Alvarez, and Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao.
Yeah, and with Spence, we've seen Spence in big fights, but he's still got a lot more left in him. You know what's going to be annoying as well? He's going to come back, and he's going to fight. He's still going to fight Terence Crawford, you know, and it's probably going to be at 147. It's going to be a drained Spence, a guy his eyes not going to be the same, but I want Spence to win. I think Spence will beat Crawford, but I guarantee you, when Spence comes back and if he fights Crawford is going to win that, because it's not going to be it's not going to be in a healthy Spence, is it? I mean, it's not going to be in the same Spence, you know, and then Crawford's just going to get that win. That's what I think is going to happen. That's what I think. The fight's definitely going to happen when he comes back.
I think you 100% on the mark right there. I would have to agree with you 112%. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Do you guys think Terence Crawford beats Spence now? Then
he probably would now. Yeah, I mean, this Spence's eye. If we took Spence's eye out of the equation, so it happened. I picked Spence. I've always thought Spence would beat Crawford. We just never got to see it, but obviously now he's not. Spence isn't going to be the same. We just know that, and it's just a shame, man, because we're gonna see him in a big fight, and he's probably not going to win it because of that, and it's just going to be a bit gutting.
Guys, you know what? What I want to bring up, though, I want to bring up Alexander Usyk, because he needs to be brought up, because his legacy is he's doing bits. He became undisputed champion at cruiserweight, and now he's going for a unified championship at heavyweight. Shouldn't Alexander Usyk be in the discussion of pound for pound, Stephen?
He should. You know, I would have liked to have seen him fight Lawrence O'Callaghan. You know, I think Lawrence O'Callaghan is the best cruiserweight out there right now. I would like to see that fight, but he definitely should, and especially if he beats Anthony Joshua, then you will have to put him up there. You will absolutely have to. That's gonna be. Could you I mean, let's just think about it for a second. If Alexander Usyk, if he can go in there and if he can out physical Anthony Joshua, and on top of that, Anthony Joshua is an absolute excellent boxer. If he can out box it, because I think that Alexander Usyk is a better boxer than
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
yeah, I think he's a better boxer than Anthony Joshua. If he could pull out this upset, I think you had to put him up there. I think you had to put him up there as one of the greats in boxing right now.
Yeah. I'd
Yeah.
have to agree.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, undisputed in cruiserweight and undisputed at heavyweight. We need to fight Fury for that. But it's still a huge accolade, man. He cleaned out that cruiserweight division, went in their backyards and beat them. They may not have been known really to in the States, but they're really good fighters. Obviously, the hardcores like you, Stephen, you probably knew they were. And then he can move. He moves up and he beats the best guy at the moment in that division, in my opinion. So very very big accolade. He'll pound for pound there.
You think
Great.
Joshua's better than Fury?
It's a bit like no. If you look when you look at the resume and everything, AJ's number one. He's got more belts. But if they were to fight each other, I think Fury would win. I could think a prospect coming up will beat those guys at some point, but I can't put them number one first because they haven't proved anything. But as resume, the belts and everything, AJ's number one for me. But if he did fight Fury, I think Fury probably would win. Yeah.
I just think Tyson Fury is. I think he's just he's a special individual, man. I think he's got something that most boxers don't have. He has charisma, he has star power, and he knows his way around the boxing ring. I think his skill. You hear me say this often, but I think we really need to focus in when we say this, saying having skills to pay the bills. Not a lot of boxers really have the skills to pay the bills, and I think Fury, man, I think he's just special in that regard, man. He's just beautiful to look at, man. The way he operates in the boxing ring, and he has that clutch factor. A real true athlete has the clutch factor, and not admit a lot of them didn't have the clutch factor. You see greats like Floyd Mayweather had the clutch factor, where when it was lights, camera, action, he performed and he did just enough to win the fight. Michael Jordan, he was a straight up killer when it called for it. I think Tyson Fury's that way, man. Tyson Fury ain't on any given night when you ask him to show up, he gonna show up. You ain't never gonna see him put out. I think that's Tyson Fury, man. He's different from every other boxer living now, even Canelo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
there's people in the comment section, Makai, saying that Fury should get stripped. Fury should be made champion in recess.
No, I don't think that. Well, I mean, he's fighting Wilder in October, isn't he? That fight's gonna happen. Yeah. Fury is gonna beat the crap out of Wilder again. So then we won't get to hear about Wilder again, I hope. And then I hope we get Fury to fight the winner of Joshua Fury. I mean, I hope. Or if he can fight White, maybe. But obviously, I want to see another disputed fight. Heavyweight. I kind of before Usyk AJ got announced, I kind of went away from that division because we was all getting hyped up for the undisputed fight. And then that just happens, it just irritated me, But we got a good fight at heavyweight at the moment, so I'm gonna enjoy that. But these guys just need to fight each other, man.
Yeah, I'd agree. Stephen, there's also a fight, Chocolatito v Estrada. What a fight that is!
yeah, that's gonna be a good fight, man. That's almost like a good fight. It's almost like what we get to see in Rigondeaux and Casemiro. It's almost that type of fight. That's gonna be a good fight.
That was a stinker.
Yeah, that was. It was. I mean, Man, what was that about? I mean, what do you? Let me ask you this: do you think it's time for Rigondeaux to call it quits?
Yes.
Yeah. He's
Yes,
old, man.
absolutely. You know, people call Mayweather boring. At least Mayweather threw a punch. Rigondeaux, you know, the guy he would slip a punch, yeah, but he wouldn't throw anything back. Imagine if he threw punches
Yeah.
back, he would have been in. He would have scolded Casemiro even worse. He could have even caught him and possibly been put him down. Yeah, I mean, we just never saw it though. It's like he was afraid to throw a punch back. I don't really know, to be honest, but I hope we get to see Inoue Casemiro fight, just so I can see Inoue, beat the crap out of Casemiro. I hate Casemiro.
Inoue.
I like Casemiro. I like Casemiro going. Y'all want to hear something? I'm finna make everybody in the chat mad. I'm finna make you upset, Makai. I'm finna make you upset, Imran. I like Casemiro more than I like Inoue.
Wow. Do you think he beats Inoue?
Do you think he beats
I
him?
think he might. I think he beats him Inoue.
Really?
Wow.
He's a dog, man. He's a killer, man.
I don't see it, man. Like all I see in Casemiro, he's got power. Yeah, he's definitely got power, but he's a one-trick pony. I think, in my opinion. All he does is like we even saw it in the Rigondeaux fight. You just throw a winging left hook, right hook, whatever. Like that's all he'd throw, really. Like that's all I see. I don't really see any boxing skills from him. In a way, I think in a way he might badly hurt him, but we'll see though. This could be another. No, he's not going to be like Pacquiao, but Pacquiao when he fought guys like Barrera, Morales, no one gave him a chance, and then he just.
Dago619 says Casemiro beats Inoue. Yeah, I agree. Casemiro beats Inoue. Dago619 Cali Factor agrees with you, Stephen.
Yeah, man. I mean, but Makai, he made some good points. But I just like Casemiro, man. I just think Casemiro can. I mean, Casemiro goes in there, and you talking about a monster. Casemiro goes in there, and he tries to take your head off, man. He wants to make sure that you don't leave. And his swagger's on 10. That dude, man, the way he moves about, the way he carries himself like a gangster, man. I like Casemiro, man. I like him. I think he'll kill him, man. I think he's a true, for real, legit killer. And I don't think he's ducking no smoke, not nan smoke from any way. I think he want to get in there, and that's all he's been wanting is any way.
Oh yeah,
bring it on.
That fight was scheduled, but then obviously COVID stopped it. I feel this isn't me. I just don't like Casemiro, but a lot of people don't like him because obviously you see Filipino fighters, they look at Pacquiao, they see they're very humble and everything. You see Casemiro, he's not really a humble guy. He's he trash talks a lot, but I mean not all of them are the same. He's not like he's a horrible person or anything. People just don't like him because they expect him to be like the other Filipino fighters, like Donaire, Pacquiao, humble, but he's not like that, and I think that's probably why some don't like him. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. I would say so. What would you say, Imran? I think Makai, you've been on the money today, man. What you been? You been drinking something? Because you've been on the money today, man.
Just came with facts.
But basically, Casemiro, yeah, I think that's why a lot of people have it in for Casemiro. But Casemiro is a really good fighter. I agree with Steven. He's a good fighter. But having said that, some people thought Rigondeaux won that fight. Rigondeaux's no joke, but it's just that Rigondeaux's so boring, that people don't want to see him anymore. But he's a great fighter. I feel for Rigondeaux, but he does it to himself. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like that again, another underachiever. Rigondeaux.
Yeah, after Rigondeaux got beat by Lomachenko, he was never the same after that. He was he became much more tentative. And I don't know why, but he just was way more apprehensive. And now he's now the old Rigondeaux, he's just overly cautious Like you said, you can't get him to. It's gonna take an act of Congress. It takes an act of Congress to get him to throw a punch. I just think that you got to know when to hold him and when to fold him. And I think Rigondeaux, I think he may need to look into retiring. He never made enough money. He should have been smart with his money and everything. Put his money in places that is going to benefit him for the rest of his life, where he wanted to worry about boxing, because he don't it don't seem like he want to box anymore. It just seems like he's taking fights just off the strength of taking a fight, just because he's Rigondeaux. He ain't that Guillermo that beat Nonito. Remember that Guillermo that beat Nonito? That was a good fight, man. That was an awesome fight, man. He ain't the same dude no more, man.
But do boxers get paid well in that division? I feel boxers don't actually get paid a lot. Like, obviously we see guys at like welterweight and all that. I don't think they get paid well, or am I just not talking right?
Yeah,
That's
they don't get paid as much. Yeah.
I don't think they get paid as much, but I think they get paid enough still, and Imran, obviously you said, I think you asked who do you think won the fight. I don't know who asked it, but yeah, I personally gave it to Casemiro. He was bringing the action. He actually landed more still than Rigondeaux, I think. But yeah, he was frying more. He was actually trying to fight, so you basically have to give it to him. Really, Rigondeaux, he'd slip a punch, but he wouldn't throw anything. You don't win rounds here just by slipping punches. You need to throw back. You need to do something. Some people think that because like Rigondeaux, he made him miss all the time. He won the fight. You don't get points for that.
I wonder if anyway gonna move up. I think we may be looking at him moving up in weight here soon. What do y'all think?
I don't think that's a good idea. He shouldn't move up. He's already perfect size for the division he's in now. He just, if he wants to be great like Pacquiao, like what Pacquiao's doing, Canelo, then yeah. But he doesn't. I don't think he has to at all. And I still think he still needs that Casemiro fight. Because Casemiro is a big name, very hyped by the Filipinos, of course. So yeah, I think he needs that fight, and then he can move up if he wants. But I think he should just stay in that division and dominate. I feel he's already quite small in that division compared to some.
So what about Chocolatito v Estrada? Who wins that?
Oh, Chocolatito. I thought he already won the last fight. That was a great fight, and I can't wait to see the other one. But yeah, I think Chocolatito's going to win this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too before we deviated. I was gonna say that I would favor Chocolatito also.
Yeah. So Pacquiao Ugas. Makai, how do you see that one playing out?
I know you guys rate Ugas, but I don't rate him highly when he's fighting someone like Pacquiao. I think we're going to see a domination from Pacquiao. He's going to show that he's still got it after 2 years, and he's just going to continue to beat the younger guys, I think.
Fair enough. So you see do you see a stoppage?
Yeah. I think he might stop him late, or it will be points. Ugas is a tough guy. It won't be early. It'll be late. It'll be 9th round, 10th round, something like that. But if I was a betting man, I'd probably pick late stoppage.
I think Ugas is gonna be a tougher fight than what we see. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ugas pull it off because he's a counter puncher, and I think that it all depends on what Pac-Man show up, man. If Pac-Man show up and he gassed out and everything, and we seeing the signs of Saturday night is he needs to come out like the old Pac-Man, but I do pick Pac-Man to win, but I'm just saying don't overlook Ugas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I've got another thing to say here. I
Yeah.
thought Ugas was bigger than Spence. You know, I saw Pacquiao when he was next to Spence. Spence seems a lot more bigger than Ugas. You know, because we saw Pacquiao and Ugas next to each other yesterday at the press conference. It seems to me that Spence is bigger. But I always thought Ugas was a bigger fight. Didn't you guys think that?
Spence
I
is
don't know.
bigger than.
I didn't see that. I didn't see it.
Yeah,
So
no, I mean, yeah, it looked like Spence is bigger, but I always thought Ugas was. You know, when you look at them, because they both fought Porter, Ugas just looks so much bigger. But I saw them stand next to each other when they was both next to Pacquiao. Spence looks a lot more for some reason, a lot more taller and everything. I didn't realize that though.
that's weird. Because I've always seen Ugas as I thought he was bigger than Spence. Really?
Yes, I thought he was a lot more bigger than Spence. He could be, but like I saw him like all standing next to Pacquiao. You know, Spence he looks a lot bigger.
The fight's
Weird.
officially been announced, guys.
Pardon?
Canelo Alvarez v Caleb Plant's been officially announced.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
like by what?
Yeah,
By like
WBA,
PBC.
WBC, IBF, and WBO super middleweight champion November 6th, Las Vegas.
Nice.
Number 6. I'll shucky ducky.
Yeah, so yeah, it's on, guys. Canelo
Very
Alvarez and
nice.
Caleb Plant. I'm very excited about this about becoming the first undisputed Latino super middleweight champion in boxing history. I'm happy to make history. I'm going to unify all the belts.
It's gonna happen. I mean, I just think I don't know, man. I think Canelo, man, Canelo is he's on the stretch that we rarely see in boxing. I don't see him getting derailed, but I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll have to see.
What do you make of what Manny Pacquiao said? That Manny Pacquiao said that he was gonna the Canelo fight at 154 when Manny was in his prime. Canelo, they were just too big up there at 154.
Yeah, Pacquiao was absolutely right. In my opinion, I mean, it would have been stupid if he tried fighting Canelo and all that. You know, he just tried it. He still won, but he said he didn't like it. You know, he said he never liked being in that division, so he went back down. You know, he's already fighting guys a lot bigger than him, so he made the right decision there and everything. But you know, obviously, some people are still going to give Pacquiao crap for it. You know, I'm already seeing Pacquiao was ducking Canelo comments, you know. So, but
Hey, I
yeah,
don't know I don't know why people say some of the stuff they say.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
I mean, Pac-Man. I mean, look. How tall is Pac-Man?
He's 40. What? How tall?
How tall? Yeah,
How tall is he?
5'4", 5'5".
He's like 5'5" at least. Yeah.
The average height, the average height of somebody 154 is at least 6 foot.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. People. I mean, well, why does everybody have to duck everybody? Why is it so convenient for everybody to say this person duck that person? Man, shut up, man. I get sick of hearing that.
Yeah, that's like me saying Canelo is ducking music. It's like me saying that. No, it's just stupid now.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know why people. I don't know why people come out with some rubbish at times. You know.
Yeah,
You gotta, it's because it's easy to just say that somebody's ducking this person. But what people had to learn how to do is develop a sense of debate, a sense of and a strategy for debating. And because when you debate, you engage in critical thought. So people don't. It's so easy for people just to just think mainstream or just regurgitate other things that they've heard instead of formulating a thought for themselves and putting it together and being able to debate that. That's just stupid to say that Manny Pacquiao was ducking people at 154. It's stupid. It's stupid. It don't make sense.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm probably gonna stop saying, fighters ducking this guy, you know, because we saw Plant turn down a Canelo fight like I think like twice or 3 times. I swear, everyone's like, "Oh, Plant that he doesn't want to fight Canelo." Now look what's happened. They've agreed a deal. Like it's just the timing wasn't right, clearly, and all that. You know, I don't think these fighters are ducking each other at all. You know, and I've just basically kind of seen it now, really. Because I mean, we've seen the fight get announced after Plant. You know, he openly told like it was out and everything. He turned down the fight, and we saw it like twice as well. You know, so yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd agree, man. Guys, you know what? Tomorrow, when the weigh-in happens, or after the weigh-in, I'm gonna do a live then as well, talking about the Pacquiao fight in depth. So if you guys are around tomorrow, I know you guys come on anyway. That's gonna be great, and then hopefully, let's see if I can go live for the fight as well. We'll do a live
That'd be
watch
good.
along. That'd be good. You know what I mean?
Have you guys seen the WBC fights that have just been ordered? I mean, it's you got Beterbiev to fight Marcus Brown. You know,
Oh
Marcus
yes,
Brown, he's a top contender. You know, but I think, you know, I rate Beterbiev. I think Beterbiev will walk for him, to be honest. Then we've got Jaime Munguia and Sergey Derevinchenko. That's a good fight.
Good
I
fight.
like
Yeah.
that fight. I mean, but we've always seen ordered fights by the WBC and it never happens. So, but I don't know.
Those
Who
good
knows?
fights, man. But you know what, y'all? I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, man. I'm trying to get
Yeah.
winded and everything. I need to get
Yeah.
my strength back and everything. So yeah, I chop it over with y'all tomorrow, man. It was good
Yeah,
talking to both of
I
y'all.
appreciate it, Stephen,
good
man.
good talking boxing to you, Stephen.
I appreciate it, Stephen. Take care, man. Take care.
All right, man.
Speak to you.
Take care. See you, mate.
Yeah, Makai, I'm gonna chop this up. I'm gonna wrap it up as well. So tomorrow I'm gonna be doing one, Pacquiao and Ugas special. So make sure to tune in, guys. Everyone in the chat, I appreciate you guys being here. Makai, as always, man. I appreciate you being on, man. Talking boxing, breaking it down, man. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you very much for coming on. Everyone in the chat, appreciate it, guys. Makai, take care, and I'll leave the last word to you, Makai.
Yeah, well, as I say again, thanks for having me on. Good talking boxing. We'll talk hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah, that's cool.
After
Take care,
yeah.
Makai.
All right. So have a good one.
You too, man. You too.
Stay
Take care.
safe.
Everyone in the chat, take care. I'll speak to you. I'll speak to you tomorrow, and we'll definitely break down the Pacquiao Ugas fight. See how those guys are looking at weighing, and then we'll chop it up. I appreciate everyone in the stream, man. A good 2 hours plus today. So yeah, take care, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Flow Kicks, Raybone, everyone, TG Boxing, Eric Tellers, all of you. Take care, man. Take care, and I'll see you guys later.